Go ahead and start.
Did we start?
Yes, we did. I did indeed.
Are you recording?
I am recording.
No.
There we go. Now, the pitter-patter of rain hits the clay and straw rooftops of Bashar gently. A welcome reprieve from the heat of the day as the mother sun still mercilessly beats above Bidwar from above, blanketing everything in its whitish light. Craft taximum sit in their floaty, in their homes, waiting by the gates to reopen, and whatever business is going to be over with. Some entertain themselves with dice, others with training, and others with honing their craft. Like the two soldiers standing in half attention at a particular potter's house, that of Karam. Others have excitement or perhaps fear be brought to them in the form of two giant tugs sent by a certain Captain Daras, who in search of his money. We zoom in on the port town to a particular scene, back where we had left off. Let's set the scene. Amaran, Berlian. You have just made it to the corner of the alleyway overlooking the house. You saw your victim, potential victim, hiding. All around you are tightly packed ground floor houses of clay, brick, mud, and straw. The light rain helps clean you a little bit from the sweat of exertion, but in truth, the humidity just makes you both uncomfortable. The house, you can see, you can survey, is made of 3 rooms. A kitchen and living, from what you can assume, very wide, very big. A pottery room, or probably where Kara makes his pots, and a bedroom. Around the back, you'll see smoke and fire coming from a kiln just outside, currently dying, mostly unused. By the front of the house are 2 guards. One is keeping the wooden door open and talking, concerned to someone on the inside, you assume your target. The other guard stands anxiously outside, keeping an eye around. You duck back as he looks towards your direction. Both look, well, you get to decide whether they're above your pay grade, but they're armed with what appears to be a large hide shield, blazoned with different colors, bronze bracers and greaves, and the pot helm as well. They're both carrying wooden spears with a simple stone head, and lead-tipped clubs by the looks of it, likely to incapacitate rather than kill, although, head trauma is head trauma. On the other hand, Mona, you have just seen Karam, Dana's husband, barge in and try to close the door behind him. The door has been reopened now, and there's a guard outside who had told you to not go out previously, who is interrogating Karam at the moment. At the same time, Dana is busy arguing with Karam, and there's a bit of a cacophony of noises going on, and Dana seems to have completely forgotten about the food on the lit stove by the side. Karam himself seems to be trying to explain something to both, diverting attention between one and the other, trying to keep both placated and failing at both. The children, by your side, look on, entranced by what's going on, and forgetting their clay toys for the time being. And Safir, on the other hand, seems to have remained relatively calm, seated by your side. He was busy inspecting your wounds last time, observing the whole thing. Given all of this, gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and put us, first of all, in the battle map. Not that there needs to be a battle.
Well,
I pull up my crank
that's
gun.
not promising, is it?
And apart from that, I'm going to put you, the three of you, MoA, Awaran, and Berlian, into light initiative. Basically, just so I have a rough order of things of who will speak first, who can act first, if they wish to. You can always skip your turn. That is always allowed.
Guys, what if we just gentlemen's agreement? We all just keep skipping our turns.
You can do that. That is allowed. Now, could you lot tell me if you guys can see your...
It's loading in.
Slow down.
I can.
You
I
can?
can see a tree.
I see the tree. That's
Okay,
and
yeah,
I
the
see
tree by
I
your
Eric.
see
side.
my friend Berlino.
If you move one square downwards, Amaran, you should be able to see a couple of guards as well.
Oh shit!
Right,
Yeah, I see.
Good. So now you have a rough layout, and even you, Berlian, if you want to move a bit forward, so you have a bit of fog of war. Go for
I'm
it.
blind.
Yes, the
Where
rest
are
of
the
you are
guards?
blind. Let me
So,
see if I can give you guys some rough ownership.
Yeah, just give him observer over our tokens, I guess.
Where the fuck are the guards? I don't see them.
Yeah, you don't have the range for it, I don't think.
So your
I can see them, but
your the amount of distance you can see, make out shapes
It's-
accurately is based on your perception score.
because it's
That's-
raining. It's
I
raining,
I
right?
remember
So
now.
it's
It's raining
obscured.
as well.
Yeah.
يا بس كبت يفجت يا السجن.
This-
It's raining and it is windy. Can all of you see now? You should be able to. Who's doing the squares? Stop it.
I'm not doing the squares.
Okay, whoever is doing the area of effects. Okay, there we go.
I think I know who's doing it.
So
Where the fuck is
I'm
Some
going to go
devil,
ahead
some fiend.
and put. Well, I'm gonna toggle combat states for you three for now. For the rest, I'm not. For some reason, it toggled his.
Which direction they in, Eric? Left or right of us?
Right of us.
Can't you smell them?
If you
Right
go
on the
on
map.
the combat
East
tab,
on the map.
the second tab, guys, you should be able to roll your initiatives. It doesn't throw. It's gonna keep your initiative. But,
Yeah.
Mona, do you find it perfect? Okay, so
Yeah.
Mona, you get to speak first, and then Amaran, and then Berlian. It is a rough order of initiative, but this just so that we keep a bit more organization. So Mona, you have seen all this. Is
Well, at
there
this
anything
point, I'm-
particular that you want to do?
I'm not 100% sure on what's going on. Like, I don't understand anything they're saying. I
You
just see
have
them
no
up-
idea what
yeah.
they're arguing about. You could potentially ask Safir if
Yeah,
you like.
that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. What's happening over there?
Safir looks at them and then looks at you with his milky white eye. Karam has apparently been followed by a couple of loan collectors from Captain Daras. Yes. Daras is very well known, very infamous individual, very wealthy, very powerful.
Is it Daras or Dasar?
Let me confirm.
Because I have
Daras.
Dasar written down, but I don't
That's-
know if I wrote it wrong.
Listen, this is a
Yeah.
meeting.
I know it's a you thing. That's why I'm asking.
Daras. It's
Oh,
Captain Daras.
Daras.
Yo,
Okay.
Daras, مش Daras.
Darras.
Daras.
Correcto. I will write it for you just in case.
Yeah, you wrote it for me last time, Sam.
Oh, it's on the wiki as well, and the wiki is
Yeah.
long. On the wiki, the website is long.
It's not the same captain that we're following, right? Right?
Yes.
No, it's our
It is.
captain. Yeah,
It is the same captain. Somehow it's all connected there.
It's all
God
connected.
dang it.
So you and he tells you all of this. Although the guards seem to have trouble believing him. They're suspicious by nature, of course.
Okay. For now, I won't do anything. I'll keep an eye on what's happening, but I won't do anything.
Okay. You can see the doors on your side of the map, Mona. So feel free to tell me if you want to do anything particular. For the moment, I haven't given Observer of Euro token to the rest, for obvious reasons.
Okay.
So only you know
have
what
a
you're
look
seeing at the
out
moment.
the doors and windows to see what there is, just in case
Okay.
I need to get out of here.
Okay. Do you want? In that case, you want to make a roll for it? Do you want to try a roll?
Sure.
Okay.
Perception, I guess.
Okay, go for it. Standard, actually a tier more difficult, not average. So
Got it,
the next tier, because it's raining outside.
Okay.
Okay. Just outside, there's a window to your right. You can see trees. You can see a beast of burden happily munching on the grass around the trees. And by the trees itself, you see a well. And that's about as far as you can see. Beyond that, it's a maze of alleyways and streets, which you immediately assume you will very easily get lost in, especially in your state.
Yes. And I also don't speak the language, so I can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the beast of burden doesn't speak any language, so you don't need to even ask it for directions. So that's all right. In the meantime, as you are taking a look outside, the window doesn't have any glass, of course, but it does have curtains, and a few cloths have been placed to make sure that the rain doesn't come in. A stove behind you is giving off this light warmth from its embers. Probably part of the this where you are is where Karam probably does his pottery. In the meantime, Amaran, Berlian, you are getting wetter, although you are in the shade of a mighty large tree and a house to your right, and you are hearing a heated conversation going on.
Berlian's just caught up with me, right? Because I got
Yes.
here first last
Yes,
time. I
he
think.
gave you a questioning look. You probably
I'll stop him before he goes past the corner.
fair point.
2 guards, well armed, and I'm not sure we can get past them.
Okay, I will try to peer over around the side to see if I can survey the situation, and immediately realize I can't see anything beyond.
Yeah. I'll try and give him like a reflection from one of my knives, but it's rainy as shit, so it doesn't really work.
Just tara ras, poke ya barra, tara. وبعدين يراوك وما تمشي ترى.
You have your microphone up, Boo.
Sorry. You can attempt to make a roll if you like, Berlian, to see if you narrow your
let's see.
eyes, maybe spot a couple of details.
What skills are
Up to
there?
you.
Get us started, Berlino.
I'm trying to see. None of them seem to fit with this one.
Perception, perhaps. Investigation.
Oh yeah,
If
I
you
guess.
have that.
I guess perception is the one I have. So let's go with that.
Okay, go for it.
Well,
A tier more difficult because it's rain.
Yep. So it's challenging.
It's average is normal, and second one is challenging, I believe.
I think English plus
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, I should be like
That's it.
beverage normally. Alright. Astounding failure. Marginal. Can't even
I
fail
haven't
astoundingly.
gotten anything yet.
I haven't seen
لا
it yet.
أسمع.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, انت سقطالي ورا ده نارا. Wait, let me re-roll it maybe.
Yeah,
سكن مش هترجع يجري بحال كيف جرى الآخر ضربة سام.
I hope not.
I'm rolling it, man. It's not rolling it.
Yep, it's not rolling again.
Wait,
I have
let me
a
try. I guess
have
let
a
me make
feeling.
sure.
Try.
Yeah, mine works.
Try
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Try now. Carl.
Alright.
I have a feeling I
let's
know
go.
why. That's a bug.
Mana. Challenging.
There
Yeah,
you go.
failure.
God.
The
Hell
tongue
yeah.
is whenever I put the tongue injury in your sheet, it disables all rolls for you.
Table.
What the fuck's in the tongue injury then?
It's
I don't
just
know,
he doesn't have a tongue.
They cut it out. I don't know.
So
Can't do anything without a tongue.
so you peek your head out, Berlian, trying to narrow your eyes, trying to focus. You do see a couple of figures, basic silhouettes beyond the light train, but not much beyond that. Your eyesight was never too good, unfortunately.
All right, I'll.
They're armored and they're armed. Our target's inside.
I'll nod. Oh, y'all played Far Cry 3, right?
Sweet.
Stay here for a bit. I'm going to try and go around, see if I can find another way in.
All right.
I'm gonna, casually stroll away from the, not draw any attention. Come around to this alleyway here.
So once you have the number of yards, you can measure yourself. So that would be 8.
Where?
8
Oh,
yards up
16. I'm walking in this case. I'm not running.
You're walking. So start with a simple movement. Again, we're not in combat yet, so I'll allow you to move further. No worries.
Okay.
As you round
I'm gonna
the
come up
corner-
to this alleyway, basically.
As you round the corner, you see a beast-drawn cart. From the looks of it, carrying a couple of crates. It doesn't bar your way, although you would need to squeeze past it if you want to go faster, as it's going at a slow speed. Here within the confines of the alleyways.
These houses, they're flat-roofed houses made of mud and clay, or are they attached?
Mud, clay, and
De armati in biex niftehmu,
pretty much. You don't see snow in these parts.
Yeah, that's what I expect.
So it's flat topped. Some of them are attached, like the one to your right is in fact attached, and it's one of the few which is. The rest are either brick or clay of some sort or another, or mud.
Okay. Can I keep going down this alleyway then, or is that my turn?
No, you can't keep going. I'll allow you until Mona
squeeze past this cart here.
Basically until Berlian and Mona interrupt you in any way, shape, or form. So you keep on squeezing past. The driver of the cart does give you a bit of a wary side glance and
I'll give him a nod.
half frightened.
I'm moving casually, I don't have knives drawn or anything. I'm just,
You
I'm
still
walking.
have
I'm
knives
walking.
on, and you do look
Yeah, I do.
particularly scary.
I do. I'll give him a nod. He shits himself.
But he keeps on walking past.
Scusate, che sta nara Eric xeti għarra, sem, għaxin kemm għandi
Select my token if you have...
Tita Berlian naħseb it-tara, x'inta Berlian tajtkom access. Give me 1 second, let me give you ownership of our main guy.
But he descended into the deep dark abyss, and I'm seeing him now. He's dead.
I went into the void.
The void. How do I do that? I think I am able to do it from here.
If you can't leave, I'm just...
Yeah, of course. There you go.
Yeah, just right-click the
I
sheet,
want to know what
configure
the
permissions.
beast of
Yeah,
burden is.
it's done. If you
What
reload,
kind
you
of
should be
beast
able
of
to. Yes.
It appears to be a donkey of some nature.
Okay.
You calling a donkey, you piece of shit.
Okay, don't.
These
They have
big wide
big nose, you can't call them that.
Alright, Sam. Yeah, okay.
Type.
I don't think it's a donkey.
So, and this, you take a look further downwards. Is there anything in particular that you want to do? Right now, you're in a small.
Just gonna walk up to this. Yeah,
You
take a
slide
glance
past
around the corner.
a barrel past the hut. The huts here, most of them are one roof, 1 story high. So you could potentially climb them with a bit of.
Yeah, I've considered that, but it's a lot more noticeable to see a giant
Yes.
asshole climbing up buildings than it is for a guy walking.
Correct. It's also not expected. So it could be an avenue for you, because people don't normally climb the roofs like that.
It's in the back pocket. It's in the back pocket.
And now you get to see a bit more of the side view of Karam and Dena's house, and you do see a window peering inside. And peering through it, you might be able to spot a couple of bedrolls and a bit of furniture. You seem to be the bedroom.
Can I see through the window?
Yes, the
Or
window
is it just-
you should be able to see through the window.
I'm not actually seeing through the window, not from where I am anyway. It seems to stop at a hard line.
Okay.
Maybe it's
That-
closed?
could be because the alleyway blocks your line of sight from where you are at the moment. Because there is definitely a window.
Maybe.
Yes, there is a window.
Whoa.
So you need to walk past the alleyway here, this way.
Okay.
I'll
guess I'll slink down the side here. I'll stop at the corner. I still don't see into the building though.
I will configure that for you. Okay.
There it is.
There you go. That's right.
Okay. Am I hearing anything? Things are happening outside. I mean,
Amaran, I mean, it's raining and he's sufficient.
Yeah.
Like Amaran, you definitely wouldn't be able to hear, but you are hearing the heated conversation. At some point, but not yet. The conversation has kept going. Dana is arguing with Karam. Karam is trying to argue with both of them. The kids at some point do lose interest and go back to their toys for the time being. Safir, on the other hand, tells you, you seem well. I will not keep you. I wish you the best. If you have need of me again, my store, my healer's hut is by the eastern gates. Take the road east. You'll come towards me. You'll see it. It has a sign.
okay.
And he stands up slowly. And starts moving. And starts moving towards the door to your right. Eventually exiting. Closing the door behind him. As all of that happens, Mona, is there anything you would like to do?
Once he tells me that everything's fine from my end, then probably I'll start getting up.
Yep.
And having a look around.
Okay. You do notice your belongings on the side, which you quickly take and put back. But apart from that, there's also a small cloth bag, which Dana is busy preparing for you with food. Apart from that, it's half made. It's basically wet and dry clay. There's a kiln and a potter's wheel by the side. You can see wood right outside the window from where you are at, and it's very not dirty, but it's clay. I mean, it's muddy more than anything else. Your boots, your feet are covered in clay, and in fact, judging by how the boots are left by the end, and there are rushes beyond this room, you would gather that Denna would take it as a particularly grave offense if you went into the main room with these boots as they currently
are. But so far I don't see any movement from the guards. I'm guessing the guards are the ones in yellow in the other room.
Yellow, no. If you can't see the guards, then you can't see the guards just yet. You can move a bit forward and see if you can spot them.
I can see someone in red.
Okay. So basically you see the one of the guards as I've described them to Amaran and Berlian. They seem to be well armed and well dressed, colorful. They don't seem to be menacing by any way, and even when they were talking to you not to leave, they weren't particularly menacing to you. They're just working individuals, right?
No, but from my end, I don't see any movement. I don't see them starting up a fight or something like that.
No.
So for now,
it's more of like, what are you doing? Why were you running so fast? That's the kind of vibe that you get, right? Because Karam was barged into the house, pretty much. For obvious reasons, he had 2 nightmares chasing him, but you don't know that yet. And the guards are busy trying to find that out. You do see another guard beyond him, basically look out past him. However, they don't seem to be going very far from the house itself.
Okay. Me, I'll just peer through the door
Okay.
and see whether I can spot or motion to the woman who was taking care of me
Dana?
to see what Donna, to see what basically she's doing.
Okay, she's busy. Her attention is fully focused on Karam at the moment, questioning him, basically angry more than the guards themselves at the moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna go kill him.
Does it look like I could fit through that window?
Yes. Yes, you could squeeze in through that.
I'm quite big. I'm quite a big boy.
You can. The question is whether you can fit through that window without making any noise.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure I'm concerned about noise at the moment, but and I also don't want the guards rushing into the room.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I will basically wait here, as you had said.
Okay.
Obviously keeping an eye a bit
Okay.
on
Noted.
what's happening on the side from what I
Noted.
can see. But I don't want to, mess up her
Mood even further.
her mood even further, her house, and it's not my problem.
Not yet.
Or I don't know what is happening.
Yes, although you do like Strigan culture is big on hospitality.
Yes,
So
but right now they're dealing with something, and it doesn't seem
exactly.
to be anything that I
Can
can
deal
deal with because I can't even understand it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
there isn't a fight.
There
which is
isn't a
something I
fight
can
just
deal
yet.
with.
No. Berlian, is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm really contemplating doing a distraction, man.
It's up to you, sweetheart.
Fuck it, YOLO. I'm gonna walk out in the street.
Okay.
Clay tablet in hand.
Smack the clay tablet into his face.
Okay.
Oh shit! I see him.
So we start walking
Oh
forward.
shit! I see him.
As you start walking forward, the second guard, who was not talking with Karam, sees you coming. You are a sufficiently
Of
huge
course.
individual,
Yeah.
so he's
There was
immediately
no
on guard.
stealth planned here, yeah.
He's immediately on
As
guard.
as soon as I see Berlian walking down the street to the guards, I'm going for the window. If that's all right. I feel like we're committing at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, as that happens, let me see if Karam can spot you.
Now, do I know who Karam is? Have I seen?
I
I've
don't
actually
You've
seen
both
Karam,
him.
right?
You've both seen him.
Yeah, I've seen him.
We've both seen him. Yeah.
Because honestly, I
spotted
was
him across
going
the
with
square.
anyone who's shorter than me is probably Karam.
No,
All
we've
of
seen
them-
him. We
all
we
of the
know what he
people are
looks like.
Damn, are the guards shorter than him?
All of
Everyone
them are Karam. They're all Karam.
There's Karam over there. There's two of them.
Karam does spot you, and shouts to the guard in front of him, "Daku minnom, Daku, provaya atolli." And he tries to push the door closed.
As I hear him shouting, I just hold up my clay tablet and just start pointing at him.
Okay. As that happens, I'm gonna do a quick roll here. If you, not concerning.
I have not tried to kill
No,
him
no,
yet.
not
I would
concerning either
point
one of
out.
you. Not concerning either one of you.
I'm pretty sure Berlin can't see me either, though, right? Like, can you
No,
spot
I
me
can,
from where
I
you
can,
are?
I can.
Oh, okay, you can't see
I
me.
spotted you. I spotted you. Yeah. Like you were in this direction, Mishnif, then, because now you've moved
Yeah,
beyond my.
I'm down
you
the
were
street.
here,
Yeah, I've moved down and towards the window.
Okay. The guard attempts to hold the door open, the one who was talking to Karam, but Karam is swifter, probably motivated by some higher emotion at the moment, and swiftly closes and bars the door with something. You can still hear shouting from inside. Shintavel! Shintavel! from inside the house. Probably arguing. In the meantime, Berlian, you've gone ahead and pointed towards your clay tablet. And
one hand upraised, but no weapons out.
yeah.
Not yet.
You are armed, though. and
I do have weapons on me, but I'm not armed biex niftem weapons fidej,
Exactly, which does make a bit of a difference, correct. So Berlian acted first. Okay, before you move, Amaran, Mona will likely move first because this interaction happened, so don't go into the window just yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not into the window. I just crossed the street, that's all.
As you cross the street, you see a bit better the room with him, as you can tell. There's a doorway. There are two doors from what you can tell. One that leads to the front part of the room, probably the living room, and one that leads to what you can assume by the mud and clay on the floor, the pottery room, the clay making room. As that is happening, you do hear a door slam on the front. Both you, Amaran, and you, Mona, you actually see it. You see Karam frightened by something and swiftly close the door. The guard trying to keep it open, and even still now banging on the door. Berlian, as you approach the guards, one of them, his attention keeps on the door, hitting the door with his fist, and
I'll stop in that case.
And put his spear into his shield hand and taking out the club and knocking with that as well. You do notice that their clubs have been there's some kind of probably ash, from what you can imagine. Hard wood dipped in molten metal, either lead or copper, from what you can assume for added effect. Very common, very normal weapons, to be fair. The other guard puts his spear in his shield hand, stands firm, but does not reach for his club just yet. Instead, he tells you, "Afem, shitreat."
Now, do I get any physical, I feel like I'm smart enough to infer, the average guard interaction of stop right there. I have this.
It wasn't, but it wasn't forceful. Like the way I said it was the way he said it. He wasn't being forceful. He's being very, very chill at the moment. Not chill, but sufficiently calm. He's probably asking you a question.
Yeah, so I will still continue pointing towards my clay tablet, having no idea what the fuck he's saying. One hand up.
Okay.
We're the best.
I'll take a half step forward. I'm not sure if that's but I will not be threatening him at the moment. That might change shortly.
Keep in mind, while their border is red, that does not mean they're enemies. It is what it is.
Just corpses in the making.
Just corpses.
Just labor, basically.
Okay. You see beneath his pot helm, the guard narrows his eyes towards what you are pointing at, and take a couple of steps forward himself. Just to be able to have a bit of a better idea of what you are pointing at.
I'll slouch my shoulders a bit, lower my shoulders, more at ease.
Okay. In that case, why don't you make me a roll here?
Alright, let's see what skills we have here.
Up to you. I would wager charm would probably work very well, unless you would go for an intimidate.
Yeah, I know. It's the opposite. So charm would make sense in this case. Difficulty, Sam?
The difficulty, you are a very intimidating individual. I would put it as challenging in this case.
Nah, he's a sweet cuddly bear.
Success.
He is a sweet cuddly bear, clearly. The guard is not threatened by you, and this you can perceive. He walks forward and he looks at you and shrugs. Even if it was written in Aksamoa cuneiform, he can't read. So he just shrugs at you and tells you, "Jekk tit xi ħadd li jaf jikteb u jaqra l-hemmhekk titmur. Id-dar tal-liġi, iktar il-fuq ma' triq.
Alright, so he's pointing.
He points and then tries to do a rough direction. He's sufficiently focused on you enough for either you, Mona, or you, Amaran, to make a move if you so.
Guys,
I'm
make
gonna
your
go through
move,
that
man.
window.
I'm not the
I'm gonna
charisma
go into
character
that
here. Please
window,
make your moves, guys.
I'm also not the charisma character here.
Brilliant is left in the face of the party. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and stealth through the window.
Okay. In this
At this
case,
point, I'd imagine I'd be next to him here.
this is going
No.
to be your first opposed test, gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
Now, how opposed tests work, and this all of you should listen in. You can't see Mone, can you, Amaran? So,
No, and he can't see me.
and he can't
I hope.
see you.
Are they is Mona trying to jump out the same window that
No,
Amaran is
no,
trying to
but
jump?
Oh,
he,
you know,
he is
they hit
keeping,
each other.
he is keeping an ear out. Now, Amaran, from you, I will require a
Stealth.
stealth check. It is at not average, it's actually a tier more easy because it's raining and there are
Oh, shit.
noises outside.
Easy.
Easy. Now, your SLs, the number of success levels you gain, so the number of tiers below your maximum, are then going to be compared to Mone's. Now, Mone, I will probably need you to contest the stealth check. You can choose with which. What would make more sense probably is perception, but outdoor survival can also work if you choose, and if you have some other skill, you can pitch an argument for it too.
No, I think perception is the one that makes most sense.
Okay, perfect. Now, in combat, you'll be able to target the characters, right? If you take a look through your left-hand, top-hand side, ترى البوبو ترى المeasurement controls وهذه المeasurement controls right opposite above the ruler. You can see select targets. When you roll for an attack, it's important that you select the token you are targeting first. That way I can easily oppose the roll. It's well baked into the mechanics and to the code of Foundry, so it will help
I can't
both
see
ends.
Mona though.
But you can see Mona, so in this case it's going to be a standard, just both of you roll. Okay, so Amaran, you go first. Okay.
Jesus
-2 SL.
Christ.
Still, you still have a chance. If he rolls more than -2 SL, you still win, because it's not based on. It's based on
Alright,
opposed rolls, right?
You don't have to console me.
This is it. We've never had a contested check
My only
between
advantage
Eric
is that
and
it's
Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah. That's really the only advantage.
They're
I
gonna
have here.
cancel each other out. Both are gonna be equal success levels, -2 at name.
Go ahead, Mon.
So, difficulty challenging, right?
Difficulty challenging for you because it's a tier more difficult because it's raining outside and there's noises coming around.
Oof.
There you go. So
I rolled less than you still, but I'm much higher.
now I will
Jesus
also
Christ.
make a perception check for Karam and Dena together. They are
fuck.
closer to the sounds of
They're not
conversation.
listening for the back
and
window,
they're
right?
not
I
listening
mean,
for it backward.
yeah,
So in this case
yeah,
it is difficult. And
yeah.
again, as well. So Amaran, you slide through past, open the curtains inside. Taking a
I'm the
look,
stealthiest linebacker on the planet.
100%. And you
I
make-
can't move through the
I
windows, so
will
you have to
move you, don't
move.
worry.
Yeah.
And you make it inside to the warmer interior. You are clearly in the bedroom. There are bedrolls on the side, a few cabinets with clothes, and a small stove. which-
Quick glance around the room. Any money on open display? Like pouches or a box or some shit?
From a very quick glance.
Quick glance, yeah.
no,
I'm not gonna investigate.
No.
Okay.
You can tell that most people probably hide their
Ask
Yeah,
if they
yeah,
have
I
diamond.
expected as much.
Check for
Yeah.
diamond.
Any diamonds lying around? Yeah.
Make what?
So, Amaran, you are quiet. You step on the other side and almost slip onto the ground below, hitting the rough floor with your heavy knee, doing a solid thunk on the floor. You freeze for a second, but nothing happens. You hear no reactions. You can still hear the knocking, heavy knocking on the door outside. افتح ده الباب. You hear from the outside. What's a bit
While
worrying for
outside.
you?
Okay.
What's a bit worrying to you, Amaran, is perhaps is that both doors of the bedroom are open, which means that all it takes is an individual to cross your line of sight. And you're not like you're a heavy set.
No. I'm big.
So all Mona needs to do is go, take a leak, and he will probably notice you.
I'm gonna shift over to this wall here.
Okay. So far, I'll keep your current stealth check, unless you do something else. And you can hear the conversation in the front room hissed. So there's a sub-conversation going on between a woman and a man, with Karam, you assume. كم الدار بعت لك مش ما تهوش فلوس من عنده تف كم قتلنيش ذاك كيف عمل جاك ما كناش نمشوا عندي كيف بحيده عندي الفلوس فوق يدين ما نعرفش على بعت لدوا اثنين ما بزاك وصل عنسو obviously,
I have no idea what the fuck they're saying. Yeah, correct.
And Mona, you can hear this conversation as well. And again, you as well have no idea what they're saying.
We're the worst.
It's okay, if Eric. Everything's panning out. I'm about to recruit the guards to our cause. Just check this out when it's my turn.
So,
can I peek around the door without revealing myself?
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be another check. It's up to you whether you wish to make it. In any case, Mona and Berlian will get to act before you because you've already.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop here for that.
Take a minute, have a think. Mona, is there anything you would like to do? He's gonna take a killing. He's gonna go to the bed.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I don't have a reason to go to the bedroom.
No, plus you'd need to remove your boots before you go.
Yeah.
Should I have done that?
You should. You have.
Is this a shoe household? Oh shit!
You have tracked in dirt, and there are footprints. Leading from the window to where you are currently now. So do keep that.
That's life.
Just wait until dinner gets old.
No, for now. The guards are outside. No one's entered the house. I can hear there's a panic, so I'll make sure that everything is strapped to me and I have my weapon in hand just in case. But I'll basically keep an eye out just in case someone goes through the door now.
What kind of hand weapon would Mona have? He's a hand weapon. It's a generic hand weapon, but you can describe it if you wish. What would Mona likely use as a hand weapon? It can be anything. It can be a small sword. It can be a club. It can be a small axe, so on and so forth.
I mean, okay. What is the most common weapon on ships? Because you would have basically gotten it.
Small stabbing, slashing weapons and axes would always make most sense. Ship combat is usually very close combat, so anything shorter than a short sword does well, generally speaking.
Probably, I would say an axe.
An axe. Okay, so you have
more than a sword, especially where he's currently at.
Okay, so you have a rough-tipped copper hand axe. You feel its weight. It's up to you whether you've often used it or not. But it does give you a bit of comfort in this otherwise very strange, very alien world that you are currently in at the moment. And you stand at the ready by the door. If you want to move yourself a bit more forward, feel free. You're still within the room. In the meantime,
I would probably try to see the most out of the two doors or somewhere like that.
Type. Karam and Dana still arguing amongst themselves. Karam has his back to the door, barring it with his own body weight at the moment. And he does spot you from across the room. His eyes widen for a second, thinking you're one of the thugs who managed to sneak inside, but
that would never happen.
Then he recognizes you. Oh although he does see you with weapon, kind of, you're keeping your weapon closely unholstered by the strap, and he says to Denna, عيل مش يمشي لهم هيجيبنا في البروبلامي ما الناس
Oh, a corn with a cake.
عيل مش يحبيها. And Denna retorts equally, انت جبنا في البروبلامي مش هو انت البروبلema.
Yeah, tell him.
But as she does that, you do see her kind of start walking, storming rather, towards you.
Fuck. Oh shit.
Mona, not with any, with general rage, not rage directed towards you, but then again, a storm is.
I think I've seen a fight between a wife and her husband before.
Exactly.
And I know exactly what he's going through.
Exactly, and you might have yourself have a few harbor wives, so you've probably been the target of a couple as well. In the meantime, as that is happening, Berlian, the guard, and you approach each other. He's giving you directions.
Okay, I will stop as I notice the commotion by the door. I'll point towards it and offer, if you know, and sort of motion to. You want me to bust that door open, Chief? Since I am much larger than the two of them, I imagine.
Yeah.
And much bigger.
Then again, Karam.
It's up to him.
Yeah. I'm thinking it as the guard.
I'm not saying it. I'm just motioning it towards him if he wants.
He looks at you. He looks at the door. He looks at your size.
Two of them against me. I can't take them on.
And he goes, Tene, and the other guard stops knocking, and he goes, Scott Karam, down away at window, you will chase the Sarah. La هيرلي عيلو يطلع عيلو يبوجي وشي حاجة. You can't say what. Obviously you have no idea what they're saying. And the guard turns to you and tells you and motions for you to kind of does a hand wave motion for you to back off gently, or either pointing in the direction you pointed before, or else he points out to opposite the Karam's house. There's a drinking place, a floaty. You do see a few traders and merchants and commoners inside, keeping gossiping about the commotion going on there. Right. It's today's entertainment, clearly.
I've been here though for a while. What's the common, like, you know, greeting? Like persona, what's the common, like, physical greeting for thank you and all that?
Usually what you've gathered is Selm. And Selm, and that is
it's the barbarian hello. You put a hand on his dick.
You don't usually grasp his hand or anything. Generally speaking, that is only done over trade deals, which is far more important to the Bidwari from what you've noticed.
You give his nips a twist and
Alright, so Sam, just giving that. So there's no actual, like, physical paladins.
Not until matters of commerce.
Of course. In that case, I'll take hands raised, take a step back, make the head towards the floaty over here in this direction.
Okay.
And sort of pat him on the back as I leave, and then take a seat.
Okay. He turns his back to you. He's clearly not worried about you.
That was your chance.
And that pat on the back was actually relaxed.
Never's there.
Go ahead and start walking. There are a couple of, if you don't mind the rain, there are a couple of crates right outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait over here. Like, sit down, just look at the whole thing unfold.
In the meantime,
take out my clay tablet and act as if I'm reading it, which is actually what I'm trying to do here.
Yes, the symbols mean something. Von Beck is trying to
No, I know exactly what they mean, but I don't know. I can't read them. I just know exactly what's written there.
And you hear the two guards say, "Ten, hamur min wara, hamur min bibta wara."
I told it the away.
Oh shit!
And the other one nods and says, "All right, han odawna kan zamajni for si kalma." And in that case, this guy is going to start walking in this direction.
My goddess better be watching right now. I've read those tenets, Sam. I'm following them right now.
And in the meantime, this one would have went further out. Now, as the turn goes on, Nana has gone past, put a fire down on the stove, cooking food, and put the pot out of the flames for the time being. This huge copper pot, and is busy making her way towards you. As she does, Mona, you do see her pointing towards your racks and kind of doing a hand motion. At the same time, Amaran, I will ask you for an opposed stealth check this time.
Listen, I don't think there's any point. I don't think there's any point, so I'm probably just gonna walk into the room at this point. Before I do that, though, have I picked up any words in Bidwari since while I'm here? While I was on ships and shit?
You would have started getting an idea. It takes you the mechanics of how you learn languages is unless you are actively training for it. It takes you about 3 to 6 months time to learn a language by osmosis.
How long have we been on water? Because
you've been on water for. Let me pull up the notes real quick. 1 second.
You told us last time. Did you not pay attention?
رمي نحسبه سام.
انت لا وما قبلك.
Yeah, so we've been there the whole trip, I think. No. It was from Skaparitan down to...
Kankan has been through the whole trip.
You have been
3, 6, 9, 12, 3 to 4 months. But they were speaking a variety of languages, and you were busy fucking growing.
But like, have I picked up any, like, the basics, right? Like, you know...
You do have an idea. I will allow you to make me a check if there's anything you wish to have picked up, conversation-wise. Especially...
Because this will... If I feel confident in conveying simple ideas, it will change what I want to do here. That's why I'm asking.
It will involve a check. It will involve you rolling dice, trying to convey yourself in Aksamwa.
Okay.
But I will allow it.
I'll step into the room then.
Okay.
No weapons drawn or anything.
Before you do that, Mona, you are first in the initiative. You get to act or do something first. You've seen Denawa come towards you. You've seen her kind of motion towards your axe to put it down.
Okay. I will stow away my axe and basically try to mumble out in my own language, obviously, because since I don't understand the language, kind of like what's going on, sort of trying to give that impression even with my body language.
Okay. She seems to be mad, angry enough to be lost in thought, quite angrily. She does approach you, and she motions towards the open cloth bag with the food inside. In her hand, she is holding a small kind of ceramic pot with a simple tin ceramic lid made of this white clay, which kind of slightly reminds you of the chalk cliffs of your home. And as she motions towards that, kind of trying to calm herself down, Amaran, you stride into the room.
This'll help. I stoop into the room. It should be noted. These doors are not built for people my size.
You won't more than stoop, you go sideways. And as you go sideways, you take in the full view. They all notice you.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be like aggressive.
Okay.
I'm menacing, I think, just by nature of the size of me. But like, I don't have any weapons drawn. I have my hands sort of like casually by the side. They're not like, going for knives or anything.
Dennett lets out a gasp. You, Mona, see the ceramic pot fall, crash, break onto the ground as you follow Denna's gaze, and she takes a half step back, and you see this huge, lumbering individual. Amaran, you in turn see someone you hadn't accounted for, another individual who also looks armed. Mona, why don't you go ahead and finally describe your character for me, please, if you'd like.
We did it, Andrew. We got there.
You see a very well-built man with a full beard going down into a ponytail at the center of his face. His long hair braided to the sides, nice auburn. You can see scars wherever he doesn't have clothes on, and you can tell that from his physique that he works with his hands. He spent a long time working with his hands, and he's been through a few fights. He has on his beard, he has a token going around and holding, being held up by the beard, and then he's of about average height at the same time.
Yep.
So he's
Shorter than you. He also
it's him. It's him. We found him.
another point of note is he looks like he's been freshly had fresh bandages applied to around his chest and torso, around his ribs. Probably.
I eye him a little bit.
And as you do that, you get to act first. You've walked into the room. You've made your entrance.
I scan the three of them. I noted. I see Karam, of course. I'll keep standing in this door though, because I want to way out quickly if I have to. I will look at Karam and say, Karam, Floos.
Go ahead and make. So you don't have a sound.
This is the worst accent.
I love it. So, in this case, it would be a basic intelligence check, average.
Hell yeah. Where's my fucking intelligence, Aaron?
Because you're doing a language check, and language is based on intelligence.
Average?
Average.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
I am a well-learned individual.
You are a well-learned individual. You convey the meaning across. His eyes widen. He looks towards a jar kept on the top of by a shelf on the top of the stove. And you catch that.
I'll say to him, Bachi.
And you carry the idea across as he puts a hand over the bar he put on the door and stops for a second and goes and doesn't say anything yet.
Okay.
Now, you've moved forward. You've done your thing.
Where is the thing on this map? Just so that I have an idea. Where's the jar that he looked at?
I will show you. Give me 1 second. It's right here.
Okay.
That's the stove, right?
Okay.
There are tables on this side. In the meantime, Mona, Berlian, you wouldn't have heard any of this. Although the commotion within the house, Berlian, you notice it has stopped.
Oh, I had seen Cameron as I'd crossed the street, so I had a general idea of what he was doing.
Correct.
But for now,
yes.
no, it's Cameron, alright? James Cameron, if I put that. I am currently keeping an eye on the guard, though, and the door, just in case something happens. I should be within range to rush the guard if anything happens.
Yeah.
And that's sort of my goal.
Let's hope nothing happens.
Yeah, but if anything does, I am within running range. I'm pretty sure. Let me confirm. Yeah, I am within running range.
Okay. Now, while Karam and Demna did understand what you said, Mona, on the other hand, has not. So Mona, if there's anything you would like
Right.
to do, that's up to
Today
you.
he's just spitting you against Andrew. This is it.
It's just
No.
fact.
If as long as so far he doesn't have a weapon, and he's not, going to rush towards anyone, I'm there. I'll have my hand on my weapon, waiting for him to act. But I won't, because even I saw the at least I saw the conversation between Karam and him, and Karam basically answered him, and then I'm guessing he sort of relaxed a bit.
And
Then
and
Relax is a strong word, I think, in this scenario.
he's
But
still, they're very tense,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
Lena has
It's a
had her
tiny
food
flex.
ruined as well, one might say. She stands where she is, kind of like a
I'll
gazelle.
look at her and
Red-
I'll say, Baji.
She
Again.
hasn't moved. She hasn't moved yet,
Okay.
but both of them look tense. And then now more than Karam, you quickly surmise might be the more dangerous if
Yeah,
overlooked.
I'm worried about Karama and I'm worried about the guy in the other room, of course.
Yes.
Um,
You've done your action. Mona, you stand where you are, ready to act. Berlian, at the moment, you're just waiting for either the excuse or the opportunity to rush that guard, which you could. Karam acts first. Karam shakes his head slightly, pushes against the door, and starts to make his way towards the stove. And he says to you,
Okay.
Senna. He points at you and says, Kif naf li inti tal-kaptan? Now, you've got 3 successes.
I heard Kaptan.
Yes. And Kaptan you've heard plenty of times.
yeah.
You get the idea that he's inferring asking
Eva.
if you are them. You respond. And he's like, okay, alright. He goes to the stove, to the shelf,
Take
on top of
Fazrul
the
Haram.
stove, and takes the small jar. Puts out the lid, takes a quick look inside and puts it back in, screwing it tight. She's holding it. He seems to be holding it close to his chest, thinking his next move.
Hold out a hand.
Okay. Alright. Now, as that's happening, I do need to make a quick roll.
The guards are gonna fucking bust into this room.
Bra pekar li håller sig lite kvar problem.
That's what I'm looking out for.
Yeah.
Out of the corner of your eye, Amaran, you do see movement from the outside window, the one you came in.
Shit.
It keeps on going past. He hasn't
Okay,
noticed you yet. You haven't made too much commotion, and you're not speaking too loud. He holds. Karam calls out his arm, very tense, and the air around you feels tense.
Yeah, I'm like trying to keep an eye on all 3 of them because I don't want any sudden movements to catch me by surprise, right?
Very hard to do considering they're all
Yes,
in different
yes,
positions
yeah.
of the room.
Yeah.
Alright. Denna! He shouts. He says to the woman across the room. Il-barrani. F'postu. X'għandek f'moħħok issa? She says. And you're catching snippets of concepts of what they're
Yeah.
saying, right? You
Eyes
yourself.
narrowing.
Minix qed naf tagħhom. Għalu ma jħod jux il-flus u magħhom. He says. Ijim. Ħadaftaħ magħhom. Ma naftaħ lebda wieħed minnhom. Ma ħjaru minnhom.
I'll nod and I'll say flus. Yes, I got that one.
دخل كابتن معهم كابتن.
Safir Modusha, ma jistax jispiega. Sa nispiega lu jien. And he, holding the jar close to his chest, Karam makes his way across the room, keeping the tables between you and he. If at any point
Yeah.
you wish to interrupt him, feel free. So
No, I'm staying by this door with very, particular intention to have a way out because I'm very much alone here. So it's not an ideal scenario.
You're never
I'm pretty
alone.
sure I could
You're
take
just 16
Karam.
yards
I'm not
away
sure
from-
about him and the other guy at the same time though. That's my main
Yeah.
concern at the moment.
you can definitely take Karam. Then again, you still have a weak left arm.
Yeah.
So all it takes is one lucky hit against you. You're not sure you want to risk it.
He's not moving towards me with the money, which concerns me.
No,
So
he
I'm going to say again. I'm going to say, "Flus, Captain."
And as you say that, he holds out one hand. Tinkwadash. الفلوس هاي عندي هونك one of داكش. He looks at you, Mona, and he motions you to come forward. Then points towards the boots first.
Okay, I will remove my boots, I guess.
Okay. And he says to both of you, first to you, he taps the jar, and he points at Amaran, and says, Murmahom wat il-flus il-kaptan. Down, għandek, mbagħad għandu. And to you,
Is he
Amaran,
trying
in very simple words, just a quick thing, Mona, before you continue, using baby language pretty much, says, Flus al-Kaptan, Imma, Mada. And he points first at the jar, then at you, then at the stranger with the axe. Now, Mona, you get to do something first.
So we gotta beat
I
this guy.
don't understand Karam.
This is a real
you
shit
have-
show, guys.
You have very little idea of what Karam is saying, but you do have enough. You're not a stupid individual.
Yeah.
He's pointing the jar, and he's
Okay.
going to hand it to you, but then he's pointing at Amaran. You get the general idea that he's asking or telling you to go with them,
Okay,
and he holds out the jar to you as you
I'll
move towards the room.
Um,
Do you want to
before,
interrupt at
like,
any point?
as he begins to give the jar to Mona, I'm going to. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna convey this, but I guess I will point to myself and then like hold up fingers as though to count,
Okay.
like count money, count flus.
And he says, all right. Then in the meantime, having kind of calmed down and seeing that you're all going for talking rather than punching the lights out of each other,
For now.
moves towards the table and pulls out a fresh cloth and a small crate and starts busying herself with something. You're not entirely sure what. In the meantime,
Keep an eye on her as well.
Tinkwadash. He points to Karam points to you, Mona, and tells you to hold out your hands, right?
okay.
And as you do, he starts pulling out of the jar these heavy, chunky emerald jade racket. He pulls out 1, 2, 3, 4, starting to feel the weight in your hand. 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then finally 12. And then
exactly 12.
yes, and then he shakes the jar, and you realize it's empty. All right, Mrishat the Prava.
Eva.
And
Eva.
he shuffles them back into the jar lid and places the jar firmly in your hands. Mona, I'm going to add a jar of racket to your inventory for now.
Okay.
We're gonna split that, Andrew.
You haven't been here long, but you have been on the warship long enough to know that racket are worth quite a bit compared to other money, although not compared to Srayan and Yacht by any sense. Okay. Let me add this to the list.
Automatic currency converter, listen.
There's an automatic currency converter on the inbuilt into the character sheet in Foundry, fortunately for me.
Oh, nice.
It converts everything to archaic coinage, which is fine. And haircut, I need to write it in this.
I got some flemga.
If it's
Y'all
not
got
Flemga,
any
we're not
Flemga?
interested.
I do love that word.
Y'all got any more flemga?
Okay, so you should have a jar with 12 racket in your inventory. It's a encumbrance of 1. So it's quite a weighty thing, keep that in mind. Racket are chunky coinage. And he hands it to you, and Karam steps away from both of you and goes towards and tries to put hands on Danna's shoulders, which she shrugs off, busy herself.
You tell him, girl.
As she packs in another couple of small wooden boxes for you, and also points towards you, Mona. And
What did she put in those boxes?
from
Like,
what
catch,
both
yeah.
of you can catch, it's foodstuffs, fresh and both perishable and
Come
rations.
lunch, Madonna.
It's a sizable. It's more like a care package than a single.
Total lunchbox.
Seeing his hands full at the moment, she goes ahead and comes towards you with this care package, right?
Towards
Amara,
me?
yes. She does,
What the fuck?
and then points at this. Tialilu, Shintlestu.
I take the box.
And you take this big box of rations, and I'm going to add it to your inventory as well.
I point at Mona and I'm like, Flus, Yin.
Kasha.
I go. Wara. I try to later.
Right. Later. I don't know what the fuck he's saying now. It's another
What are
different
they
language. How many fucking languages do they speak here?
With that said, Mona has his skin has this faint golden hue, which is not Bidwari by any sense. He's
like me.
foreign. He's foreign. And you have a care package in your inventory, Amaran, and they both stand by keeping Danna stands back.
Yeah, I look down at the box. I mean, I point at the front door and sort of like shrug questioningly.
Okay, both of them shrug, and Karam opens the door to the right, to the left actually. Yes.
Okay, I'll beckon Mona to go first then.
Okay.
So I can keep an eye on it. I can keep an eye on that scum.
Having kept a rough initiative here, and knowing that the guard is still making his way gingerly around, I will say that the three of you managed to exit without much problem, and I will put us back out of initiative for the time being. As you exit, is there anything you want to do before?
No, I'm just going to give Karam a good look before I leave, as in like, don't make us come back here.
He shrugs, like he has given you the money. Like
Yeah.
he's not particularly
I
intimidated.
give him the mean eye.
Fair enough. Do you wish to roll an intimidation?
Sure. Why
Go
The
not?
sound
Go
of
for it.
failure
Go
is
for
gonna
it.
be great on this one.
Go for it. I would say it's contested versus his cool in this case.
Okay.
Average standard check.
What difficulty? Average.
Standard,
Okay.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
How do you have a strength?
Strength. Intimidate.
All right,
My strength's
fair
pretty
enough,
fucking
fair
good.
enough, fair
Yeah.
enough. Still, you do give him. You are towering over him. He does not
Yeah.
seem particularly worried. The children
Alright.
behind them stare at you.
Oh, there's
with-
children in this room?
Yes, there are two
Oh,
in the corner
shit.
which you hadn't seen before.
Don't kill the children.
Who kind of do stare at you, gape mouthed, because you are a fairly unusual individual. As the two of you exit and make your way outside by the well, the floor is all yours. You're out of initiative at this point, right? I will,
Okay.
for the moment, switch us back to the port town of Bashar, keeping the combat map handy just in case.
Okay. I'll motion Mona across the street to get out of the fucking, basically like to get away from this house before we are
You get into
associated
trouble.
with it or anything.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
You do that. Well enough.
I'm gonna
Mona-
keep him in front of me though.
Okay, Mona, is there anything you would like to do?
For now, I'm keeping an eye, trying to remember, any landmarks and stuff like that, just in case I need to make my way back.
Okay. Okay, you keep an eye out. Would you like to make a roll for that?
Sure. I would say navigation. Or that's more on
Navigation is
ships.
more sea-oriented or river-oriented, I
Okay.
believe. But I will double check for you just in case, because sometimes I forget as well. Navigation. No, you can do it for landmarks as well. Go ahead. Navigation works.
Let's try it. Average
Average, yes.
or challenging?
Yeah, average. Okay. You have a clear idea of where you are right now. And you can see the walls above, northwards and to your, to the west
Okay.
as well. And you make your way around, seeing Berlian and Berlian seeing the two of you, sitting outside the floaty.
I'll nod at him.
I'll
and-
stand up and follow. So we failed the mission, right? We haven't really.
No,
we were
no,
supposed
I'll-
to beat this guy up.
No, we were supposed to get the money. I think that was
Yes,
the
that
main
was the
thing.
mission.
We failed my mission, for my personal mission, but
It's gonna go back in.
From what you could understand, like, the beatdown was optional, encouraged
Yeah.
but optional, right?
encouraged but option.
And the three
I have
of you meet.
unfortunately, I have a sense of self-preservation, so
Unfortunately, I am an overachiever. Show me the door.
we're going back in.
And that's the three of
Yeah,
you
that guy wasn't intimidated. We'll see how he feels now.
You probably meet a bit in one of the side walls of the floaty, because on the front there's still the guard. The guard seeing the three of you meet up, especially Mona, who he has seen before and told him to stay inside. Probably
Yeah, might derive suspicion.
might
yeah.
derive suspicion. Before you left, Mona, one slight thing. Then I did tell you, Dean, and she pointed towards the care package. Tia lil tape. Meta taraħ. Saqsi lil Safir. So, from all of that, obviously, you made two connections. You made Tape, which was the fisherman who rescued you, and Safir, which was the healer who healed you up. So you make a connection between those two, and you know that the care package needs to go to Tape, you think? Probably.
this is gonna be real awkward when I eat whatever's inside.
It does smell
I mean, she
good.
gave it to me.
It did give it to you.
meat.
The
Drop
three,
Yakulman.
the three of you can smell the faint scent of baked almonds within this warm, cozy package, right?
Secondo, dawn l-element cookies tom, Erik.
Almonds are very common in Bidwai, and they use them a lot to bake in pastries. And you've all like been pretty much like, well, Mona has had good food actually. He's been having good food, but the two of you, Amar and Berlian, you've been living on ship biscuits for
Mill-vending
Too
machine
long.
tal-ponti.
too long now. Biscuits and fish.
Yeah.
Which you
I
know
think
you
it's-
get used to, you get a bit bored of after all.
I'm gonna be entirely honest. I'll motion to Berlin to like circle around and meet us. While we wait for him to come, I'm probably gonna open this care package.
Do you let
Because
him on?
she gave it to me.
Do you let him on it?
No, I will put my. If I see him trying to open it, I will put my hand on it and say, mine.
He has no idea what you have no idea what it is.
Ikel,
And
puppy.
I'll point to myself.
Eat off, please. Eat
I'll,
off.
I'll point at the jar in his hands then, and I'll hold out the box in exchange. Why are we carrying each other's shit? It doesn't make sense.
Bidding war, gentlemen. Bidding war.
You get the feeling that Karam wants him to escort the money to you to cap.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
No, even Amaran
Yeah, yeah.
realizes.
I don't like it though.
Well, that's
Amaran doesn't like it.
fair point. And that eventually Berlian circles around and approaches the three of you. What's the next step, gentlemen?
I'll look at the new guy.
I nod at the jar in his hand. I have the money. Take it back to the captain.
I'll nod, hold out my hand for the jar.
He has to carry
I'll-
it. Karam wants, for some reason, does not trust us.
I'll shrug. And motion for him to lead the way.
Okay. Perfect.
And as he moves past me, I bury my axe in his skull.
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
I don't even know the way, so I'm waiting for Karam to move.
So Amaran, yes. So the three of
Yeah,
you. for
where
a
is the
second-
captain? Did he give us a rendezvous point or just?
I ship, of course.
You have
Ah.
no idea where.
I do,
where
I
you're
Then,
going.
but then we need to leave the fucking city
Well-
again. That's defies the whole point.
Yeah, to be fair, we could leave at any point. We are in the
Yeah, just
city
leave.
now.
Let's just fuck off.
Yeah, but then again, but no, I cannot, sadly. I promise to do a job and I will do it.
We also gotta find Wishtek Tepet or whatever the fuck his name is.
Erbao.
Oh yeah, that guy.
You do know
but I
that-
do know though. I do remember the way back though, because he specifically told us the way back.
You do remember the way back, and you do know that he went into the sailors' quarters, which is right close to the gate you came in from. So we do have a
To the
way back. In
sailors'
worst
quarters.
case, if you don't find him there, you can always go back to the ship, and you pretty sure he can.
Then I shall lead the way towards where I saw him disappear, because I remember him.
Yeah,
heading
I'll
that way.
I'll stay behind this new guy who's carrying my money.
Okay. And the three of you make it through the street. Still raining, getting wet. You try your best to keep your goods dry, putting either cloths or covers over them or huddling over them as you walk
But
past.
the hopes are below.
As you walk past, there are a few clouds, and the rain and the sun still reminds you of its presence. And you're slowly getting tired, having walked quite a bit. Most of you are injured as well. And as that happens, in the meantime, Jalal, Erbao, you're walking down the streets of Bashar to where the sailors live, because that's where you need to head. As you're walking, you are met by the mixture of clay, brick, and mud houses of the the sailors' quarters, and the light rain starts to fall on the bright-colored red, blue, and green exposed walls. You walk past rowdy alleys and floaty, as loved ones wait for their sailors to return, and others still rejoice when they see them. Trying to find the captain's house isn't particularly easy, but it is made easier by the fact that both of you speak Aksamwa, and if you want you can ask the locals for help. Is there any specific way you'd like to go about this, gentlemen?
I think asking around is the best way, to be honest. He did tell us the rough location of his house, I think, right?
Yes.
Um, uh,
He did tell you that
so
it's in the sailors' quarters, and it's one of the few houses with two vertical rooms, with two stories.
exactly. Um, okay. So I think I'll go up to what do I see? I mean, in my vicinity at least, what do I see?
So you're walking downwards. I'll pull the notes on the other side for easy access. So you're walking downwards towards this section, right?
Okay.
Basically, what you can see at the moment is the multicolored houses of the sailors and their wives or their husbands or whatever. You do note that this particular quarter is very distinctive from the rest. Very colorful. You can see a lot of colored bands attached from one roof to the next. The walls have been washed with different colored ochres to mark them from each other and also to add a bit more life. The people here are rowdier. They're a lot less bored than in other places. However, you can also tell that quite a few are waiting for something to change, something to happen. As you make your way through the alleyways, you need to dodge past people emptying their bed stools out into the street. You need to dodge past beasts of burden and carts, hand-drawn or otherwise, but you're making your way through. You keep yourself close to your chest. Is there anything particular you're looking for?
لا تاج نحسب we just I think I would ask a resident.
Okay.
I think see if just say for the house. So I
Okay.
just stop someone maybe.
The two of you spot a couple of men of Bidwari, one leaning over the windowsill of his house and the other one just outside with a goat on a leash, talking, conversating with each other. And you walk up to them, they look at you.
لسه في الأوضية ولا شيء.
It's still the sun is still up.
alright. بونجو حبيب. اللي jista' jkun ma tafx fejn qiegħed il-dar tal-kaptan Dasar.
Daras. Sorry.
Daras.
It's a me problem. I
Daras.
take full
No.
responsibility. You will get used to it. I am dislocated.
What?
عنده
Selm.
HDMI 4 actually.
Selm. Ejja. Kif int? Iqpa miexi? Tara bib bil-mużajk. Fl-aħħar ta' triq. Fija żewġ solari. Ma għatba rajtek law. Ntix minnaw.
Le ta' minix minn hawnhekk. Le ta' minix minn hawnhekk. Jiena bidwari wkoll ma ngħidu ġej minn għal-bot. Ġilali jiena għandi pjaċir. Noħroġ idejja.
You know, it's not common unless it's in matters of commerce to actually touch hands. So you don't actually hold out your hand.
Okay.
But he does offer you greeting and he is warm enough. Um, u kif irnexxilek? Naħseb ilek li tħalt. Għax għal il-bibin.
Efem, kelli naqa problemi biex nidħol biex ngħidlek il-verità. Kif taf, kien hawnna komplikazzjonijiet u bħalissa l-sitwazzjoni ma tidhirx li hija l-isbaħ waħda għalejna.
Xtaf. Smajt xi ħaġa?
Jiena kien qalli, sorry, did he tell us what happened? Because I don't think so, right? No.
He was very diplomatic in the words he used.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Sfortunata.
the guy is very clearly friendly, but also gossip
Uh-huh.
fishing, right?
Right.
You can lie if you wish.
Yeah. Biex ngħidlek il-verità ma tantx tawni wiċċ meta b'saqsejt.
Daw, ta' fuq kolla jek, kolla li bat.
Għajdli. Imma bli għanna rridu nibqgħu. U allura qed nipprova ndur naqa' biex nara jekk insibx fejn nista' nitfa' rasi.
Ma nafx,
Oh.
smajt min qed jaħseb biex jaqbadu jaħtlu kolla. Il-kaptan wieħed minnhom. Ma nafx hekk ma smajtx. Qed ilasli il-nies tiegħu biex jekk ma jiftħux il-bibien ma jlislux il-ktajjen tal-port. Jidħol hemm ġewwa jgħidilhom x'jaħseb. U għandu raġun. Il-pajjiż mhux jaħseb. Ir-rejja
Jidħol
id-dar tal
ħdejn ejwa, right. Efhem. Għandu naqra xi mod għax ma tantx ħajħallih jaddi bih, jaddi żafjed bih ukoll.
Ej, naf kif jgħadu. Insomma, għanħallik, siħbi. Għat attent il-kaptan ma għatmu għarrajt. Nħdu għos ma ta' ma jkunx hawn. Ktar mill-li ma ta' jkun hawn.
Insomma f'moħħi di, grazzi ħabib tal-direzzjonijiet.
He nods at the both of you. Both of them nod at the both of you. The other guy with a gap-toothed smile. Erba, is there anything you wish to do? Do feel free to interrupt at any point.
Probably ma l-ismajt fej, għat jinkomplejt nimxi għad-direzzjoni li għat jgħidinna u.
Alright, just ignore.
La,
Very rude.
Nejtek il-verità, marrit nidħol f'tebda konverzazzjoni ma' kwendiet. Ma li eżatt qal li ju jaħseb li l-kaptan għandu raġun, iżjed wużjek marrit nidħol f'konverzazzjoni miegħu. Għax da jekk jarana wara ħanidaw.
You do get the sense from over the bit of exposure you've had so far that the bit worry like to gossip, like to converse, like to share what's going on. So you get from their point of view, it's idle chatter so far. Obviously, if it was towards the king, it might be different talk. There's treason laws and so on and so forth. But you know, so far it's just idle conversation, just a couple of frustrated individuals, and the two of you keep on making your way through the street, and eventually you reach across the alleyway the captain's house, which is a modest affair, not compared to the rest, of course, made of 2 rooms stacked on top of each other in bright red and blue clay bricks, with a straw thatched roof at the top. There's a clay door painted in mosaic color bars, so to speak, so bars of different colors, very bright, very colorful. The bar is hanging by the windowsill next to it. You do know locks aren't common in this day and age. You have sometimes heard of rumors of locks, of actual locks. Jalal, probably not you, Erba. But you've never met one yourself. So keep that in mind. So the door doesn't look open, but it does look unbarred. There is a mariner standing outside, from what you can tell, having a smoke from his pipe. sheltering beneath the windowsill's cover from the rain. He's standing on the inside, not on the outside, by the window.
Are we within earshot of him?
Not
The moment.
yet. I assume the moment you spotted the house, you would have stopped. So you're out of eyesight, and earshot, just in case you want to do some skullduggery.
Okay. ندور فوق. I will turn to Erbo and say allora كيف تشتاق لي نتلو عليها دين نقبضوا jiena kont qed naħseb naqbadkom jekk insibu hawnhekk l-ewwel nett. Kont naqbad konversazzjoni miegħu dwar is-sitwazzjoni hawnhekk, imma mbagħad inħalli f'idek biex tmur għall-mappa jew inkella naqbad nsaqsih għall-mappa. U nuri biċ-ċar li jiena frustrat ukoll b'din is-sitwazzjoni. Forsi naf tina favur. Ma nafx taħseb.
Ejja ngħidu hekk. Naħseb tiegħi huwa li forsi jitlaq imur ikellem dawk li kellimna aħna u mbagħad inkunu nistgħu nidħlu. Ma nixtieqx nitkellem jew ngħidlek il-verità għax kif bedew jgħidu mhijiex persuna li tista' titkellem miegħu.
La, ngħidlek x'nagħmlu għax jiena mhux ta' dat-tip ta' ħabi u affarijiet ta' wara l-kwinti. Jien li nista' ngħidlek hija nista' nżommlok nżomm nagħmel distraction ma naf kif tajda bil-Malti. Anyway, fil-każ jiena nixbidlu l-attenzjoni u nixbidlu l-attenzjoni x'imkien ieħor jekk nara li ħajerġa' ddur u nħalli f'idek biex nkomplu. Imma fil-każ l-ewwel ħaġa li nagħmlu nħabbat jien fil-każ nkellmu nara jiena u mbagħad jekk tara l-opportunità tiegħek forsi jinvitana ġewwa jew xi ħaġa mbagħad naraw minn hemm. Imma
ejja ngħidu hekk. Ħabi mhijiex il-kburi tiegħi ejja ngħidu hekk. Ma għalhekk nixtiequ li jitlaq u jitkellem mal-oħrajn. Hekk konna żewġ minn nies fuq ix-xogħol, mhux persuna waħda.
As the two of you are conversing, you're also keeping an eye out around you, right? You do note a couple of things. That the security isn't much of a concern here. In fact, the mariner who was smoking his pipe dumps the remains outside and looks away from the door, from the window, goes back in. The alleyways are busy, however. There are other houses. And there are Aksaman busy with laundry, animals. You see Bidwari cooking over a clay fire by the windowsill just opposite Daras's house. So your passing has been and will surely be noted, especially if you're not careful. The house seems to only have one door, a couple of paneless windows. One could feasibly, perhaps, although with difficulty, climb the roof of the adjacent houses and climb the second window from there, because there's a second window. Or you could wait. And there are quite a few options for you. Or you can knock on the door. There's clearly people inside. Someone inside.
taħseb mela. Fil-każ naqbdu neħilsuha. Nifhem laqas jien ma nixtieq nitkellem miegħu imma jien naħseb li jekk noqogħdu nistennew jaf nibqgħu sal-lejla. Jew ma tantx għandna ħin x'naħlu. Anke inti naħseb ma tantx għandek ħin x'taħli.
A quick reminder for you, however, that the merchant Usus did tell you that he had an appointment with the captain very shortly, and you could feasibly use that as a way in. If you choose. If you choose.
Għandek raġun. Alright, f'dak il-każ.
So if you wait, you'll probably not be waiting for too long.
Good. All right. In that case, I'll propose. Sin peress li għandu il-laqami għaw naraw joħroġ u ovvjament mbagħad naraw ħobba dak il-katnazz li għandu hemmhekk imma nistgħu naraw kif nistgħu nieħdu l-opportunità hemmhekk.
Iktar mill-katnazz huwa għasluċ jisu biex jalaq il-bib, sew biex iżomm il-bib milli jinfeta.
Wejwa, okay.
Sewa, għax
What you
katnazzi
call
għadu ma jisistux. Quick side note, guys. Today will probably be a bit past the 5-hour mark, simply so that we
fine
can
by me.
have everyone meet up together, right? I will stop the moment everyone meets up together.
I'm yours all day, baby.
Thank you.
I don't have anywhere better to be, boss, so you know.
So, we'll wait a
Eric,
bit.
inti titla meta trid titla, don't worry about it. Okay, so you'll wait a bit.
Niprefer nistennew ħalli u anka naraw naqa il-fil tal-post.
Okay.
Nibda nara
Sibtu tuġeb lilek, madonna, jifu li jitla.
Yeah, it's so confusing.
It's beautiful though.
trying, Samuel,
I
I'm
love
trying
it.
to
I
assess
love it, I love
the location.
I got you. You wait for a bit. You do see the captain walk past the windowsill at one point. You're trying to keep yourselves hidden. Here, gentlemen.
Jek nista waħjar.
Hidden from the captain.
Jek nistaw niblendjaw ma' nies, tant l-aħjar.
Tiblendjaw ma' nies. Diffiċli.
Jien fil- Jiena personalment, sorry, darba.
So it depends how you do it. You can potentially pretend you're passers-by. However, you're both not from Bashar. You more than Jalal Erbao. So you're not locals, clearly, right? So unless you're very good at acting, you'll need to act your way through it. People will spot that they're either lost or they're looking for a house. They're not from here. You could try it. It's an option. You could also try other things. It's up to you. You could also just stand where you are, but in that case, obviously, no stealth roll, which means that everybody will notice you.
Can just maybe lean on a wall and maybe I'll strike up a conversation with one of the merchants around, if there are any merchants or whatever, or someone who's busy working.
You do see, as you're walking past, as you kind of wait past, there's a Bidwari woman with pulling a heavy hand-drawn cart behind her, traveling along the mud tracks beneath. She seems to be carrying a couple of jars, and you quickly strike an innocent conversation with her. Go ahead and make a roll for this, Jalal. Up to you what you want to go for, of course.
Nista' ngħinu naqa' billi ngħinha wkoll il-mara.
Okay, like help her along? Sure, as a good Samaritan. In that case, you're both making separate checks. Up to you which skill you want to choose.
I want to choose a charm, so maybe kind of sorry. I'll just charm her.
Okay.
Just to kind of ease her into a conversation and on the situation around Bashar and
Okay.
again, let's same thing. Try to gossip around, or maybe actually I can gossip. Actually, yeah.
You can gossip if you like, and
I
you
can
will be
gossip.
walking with her a bit. She is going towards the captain's house, or maybe around that, right? So it's very easy to do. Okay. What
The
about average for now? Before you roll, Erba, what are you rolling to see?
Jien ma nafx ġiet moħħi ħalli nkun cool. Ħalli nidħol waqt li qed jitkellem magħha u ngħidu
So cool is not cool in what you're thinking.
Yeah,
Cool is
yeah, no.
resisting psychological effects.
Il-ħadri għandi tnejn, għandi cool u cool.
What? What the fuck?
Għana għandi cool u cool ta' kurċin. Waħda
he's so
46 u
cool.
l-oħra 41.
Let me double
Cooler
check.
than
You,
cool.
you probably have it twice for no reason. Okay, you have it twice for no reason. You have one cool.
Anyway, nishtiq namela li naturalment waqt li qed jitkellem u jien qed ngħin ngħidu isma' persuna bħalek kif qed iġġordaw l-affarijiet kollha waħdek. Xi jifieri.
So you'd like to help? help her pull. You can try
I will.
athletics, that works, or drive if you wish.
Aħjar.
Okay, so both of you roll. It's average for the two of you. Actually, for you, it's a tier easier, Jalal, because you are Bidwari. You're fairly good at gossiping as well.
So I'll go with an easy.
Yes.
Agility.
Yeah, pretty nice. You kind of Assassin's Creed blend into the crowd of a single person here, having a conversation with this woman. You get the idea, Erbo. First of all, you push yourself forward first with a very easy smile. You win the woman over. And she's more than relieved to let you pull a bit the cart, which is not light by any means, but it eases a bit the tension from her shoulder. As you, Jalal, kind of sweep in from the side and quickly strike up conversation. Both of you are fairly well educated, easy to look at individuals, very friendly. So, and you make a good team. Quite well. And as you're walking past, it's very seamless, very natural. Jalal, you get the idea that the woman seems to be taking the amphoras of oil to the guardhouse and the floaty right next to the guardhouse. You also gather, through your successful gossip check, that there has been a recent commotion at the barracks and the jail beneath, and there's a small crowd of guards currently by the front gates of the barracks for some reason.
Do I know where the barracks are? Sorry.
Yes, it's very close to the sailors' quarters. The barracks is right over here. FYI.
Oh, sorry. One moment. Can you mark it again?
Sure thing, boss. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Li sejrin lej il-Captain's Quarters.
You're basically walking along the road past it, and eventually you go past it, you go around, so you have a pretty good idea of where the house is and how it looks. And you make conversation.
Nħares leja, nkun qed nħares lej
Yeah, of course. That's fine. That's fine. Nobody pays you any mind. And even though you are both foreigners, you both rolled well enough to be quite good at, being at ease enough to not look like tourists, basically. And as you walk past... Okay. To be fair, you don't need to speak. You simply tell her, "Andes online una," and then you start helping her. Easy enough to do. And as you walk past, you go around. Eventually, after helping her for a bit, you bid her farewell, and you start walking your way back. And at this point, you stop yourselves, having quite a bit of time pass. You see the captain in his flamboyant outfit, very well dressed, basically trying to be as flamboyant as possible, as showy as possible, with a couple of mariners, a couple of his crew. They go out, and you hear the captain tell, "Ayya, nibxuf, ayya, ħanaqtawa di għaxajjajt."
Right.
And then he takes a moment. He says, "Ral, għat hawnhekk, uħsib id-dar, ma jmurx jagħmel xi ħaġa dak il-liba. Mhux suppost indumu ħafna. Jekk tara li ma wasalniex, hu l-kaxxa fl-esreb. Żommajnek fuqha, f'idejk." And then you see them walk past the alleyway. Dak il-kaptan. Okay. Him and another of the crew. And they walk past you and out of the alleyway, past your sight. You have a window of opportunity here.
Done roll, done armat. Is he armed? Right.
Don't hassle. You can ask me in whichever language. I speak Aksamo.
Right.
I'm fine. You take a look. You do note he has a cudgel, and he does have a leather jerkin. But it's typically frowned upon unless you regard yourself. You wouldn't be heavily armed. Otherwise, you're there meaning business. And the business you're meeting is not usually good. So it's
Yeah,
usually
we
frowned
didn't
upon.
get the memo. We didn't get the memo, unfortunately.
I mean, your hands are registered as weapons to you two, so your problems by yourselves. But yes,
All right. Okay. ويات مال بيب.
he's
هذات مال بيب.
he's just lit another pipe. His front body is leaning outside the windowsill. He is inside. The bar is across the door. Locked. Barred.
All right.
You've just paused for a second to tidy up yourselves, having noticed this whole thing. The mariner Ral looks at the both of you lazily, holds up his pipe in greeting, goes back to puffing.
ملا. So just to understand, there's a door. He's not inside.
He's right
Yeah,
beside
at
the
the moment.
window. He's inside
Right beside the window.
Right? The door
Inside.
is to his right. He can
Door is to
see
his
all the front of the house.
Okay. So بازيكامنت so تحسب نمروا ورا الدار نراو ندورو نقام الدار نراو نقا شنستو
From
نراوية
what
ونقبلو.
you got,
What
the house
window
has
was
2 windows, and they're all on the same side, on the same direction. There's a window by the door, and there's a window a story above.
اللي تطلع. Okay.
All right. Above that, there's detached roof. You could potentially climb one of the adjacent houses and then
No.
climb on, jump across.
Yeah, no.
Keeping in mind that it's wet, it's slick. There's a chance you break your leg.
Yeah, no. Anyway, نستطيع نعمل انت تتكلم لينو forsi tgħidlu li jien minix minn hawnhekk u tipprova ddaħlu x'imkien, forsi jgħidlek l-imnaħa trid tmut, toffrilu xi ħaġa tal-flus, kulħadd jaqgħa xi ħaġa hekk. U jien waqt li inti qed tkellmu nidħol malajr.
ملا.
Money could be a good motivator. The mariner does not look like he's expecting trouble.
ملا. All right. هنعيدلو ملا خلي في ايدي. ونبدأ.
sakemm noqgħod naqa' relax mal-ġenb, sakemm jitkellem u meta qed naraħ li ħajitlaq x'imkien miegħu nitla' malajr.
طيب.
Go for it.
So, I'll actually start walking so towards the window, but like actually trying to pass through to the seeming a bit lost,
Okay.
but trying to go for the down to the mariners' quarters or whatever. I think it's behind the house, right? The mariners' quarters. So I keep
The
kind of
sailor's quarters
like
is
going
part
on.
of the house, so
Okay.
it's part of the district is part of it. The house is part of the district, sorry.
So I kind of start looking around, and I make my racket sesh. I mean, show like
Okay.
that I have a racket here.
The ones
and I,
around your sash. The heck is-
Exactly.
Okay.
And then I take a racket from my hand, and I drop it. I drop it in my like kind of with sleight of hand, kind of. I just drop it from my hand, and I drop 2 rackets on the ground.
Okay.
And I.
What's your aim here,
right.
Rowan? What's your aim here, Jill?
So I try to, in front of the window, I try to drop the racket,
Okay.
so that I can get his attention, basically.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to do. So maybe try to get him outside. That's what I'm trying to do basically in the end of the day.
Okay.
So
I will ask for a roll here.
yes.
It's up to you which you want to go for. What I can see from your list, potentially charm or entertain might work. In this case, you don't have sleight of hand, unfortunately. You can still make a roll for it, but you will have a negative modifier to it. FYI.
لا لا. It's not really a sleight of hand, just I dropped the haircut, so
Okay,
not really.
so go for
So
which roll are you gonna go for?
I'll try to charm,
Okay,
possibly.
okay, I'll allow it. However, pulling him out is not going to be easy, so it's going to be a challenging roll for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hostia, pretty good.
God
Look at him
damn,
go!
look at him
go! The face of the party. You drop a couple of racket onto the ground, and you keep on walking past, and you hear, oh, Selna. You make a show not to listen, not to hear,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear the bar of the door slide across, and the door open, and the guy Ral coming towards you. This short man, bald, a shaved head, as is custom. He left the pipe by the window still burning. Tells him, Sebi, وقيت الفلوس.
وندور I'll turn around. إلا لا. إمنا kontenti إلا لا.
لا لا.
يديرك كربي
الجدور.
يديرك كربي. إمنا kontenti. عش كنت نبقى قدي.
شعندك في مخك تبين.
أستاذ متلوف bħalissa għax kont qed nipprova nsib id-dar tal-liġi. Imma kien hemm xi nies qalu li biex nibqa' niżel hawnhekk. Imma m'hawn xejn jew.
Tjislu fjattaw bik ġbin, mux hawnhekk, ktar il-fuq, l-mek titmur. And he points you in the same direction that the captain actually went.
Imma
Naħseb kienu għat jislu fjattaw bik ġbin, mintix minnaw.
le ta' jena ġejt naqam il-bot u biex ngħidlek il-verità. I will try to blather. Charm blather.
Let me take a look at
So I'll try to nibna ngħidlu isma' x'jiena kont ġejt mill-bot u issa għandi domt
Okay.
xi ġimgħa għaddej dal-affarijiet hekk nibda.
So it's an opposed check. In this case, it will be opposed by his intelligence. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna use the Bashar regard stat line for this because it's fairly similar. Go ahead and make me the check then. As I said before, for opposed checks, all that matters is how many SLs you got, how many success levels you got. So go ahead and make me the check. It is, you've done an astounding success with your charm test previously, so I'll give you, it's a step easier for you here.
Average, okay.
And it's gonna
Yes.
be a step harder for him. I will cover him.
So-
Yes, proceed. Be at
Would I roll with an average since it was challenging previously? That's a step easier.
So, on normally outside of combat, it's always average, meaning that if it's a step easier, it's a plus 30. It's an easy check.
Oh, okay.
For him, it's going to be challenging, and he rolled the -2.
Plus 9 liħor.
What?
I will not obviously ask you to blatter because we'll be here all day.
No.
But you unleash basically a tirade of useless information on this wary mariner. He thought he was doing a good act for a fellow Bidwari and got looped inside a feedback loop of conspiracy theories, rumors, merchant gossip, trade deals, legalese, and all manner of useless information which floods his brain and causes him to short circuit.
Yeah.
For mechanical purposes, he gained a total of 9 stunned conditions stacked on top of each other. Meaning you have and it lasts per turn, right? So meaning you have roughly 90 seconds window of opportunity to work with here, Erbao, as this Ral has been. He's just looking at you, and he's actually drawn into the conversation. He's not like made stupid. He offers his own points of views. Every now and then you mention something that he resonates with. Hey, amala, naqbel. And he's lost in the conversation with you here, fully.
Isek meta tkun il-bus stop u jiġi kalmak ċaħat.
Pretty much.
Iva, ekku.
Dawk ix-xjuħ. Għatportejru għedu dawk ix-xjuħ ġas qabbat ikelmek fuq il-ħajja.
Yep. I used to work with those people. I know what.
So Erbo, you're watching this man work his trade and you realize Jalal is not a man you want to cross. What are you doing as he's doing that?
Mur malajl, nitla.
Okay, so you slip into the house, right? I will still ask you to do me something or either a stealth or something similar here, because he's stunned. He's not blind by any means, right? He's still somewhat aware of his surroundings. It is going to be on easy difficulty for you, so keep that in mind. And he's not going. He can't oppose this.
Nista' nagħmilha athletics, as in daqs.
Athletics kieku ħadd titla l-ħajt.
M'għandi xejn li nista'.
Għandek l-stealth, suppost.
Eta, row, dawn, vacation. Stealth m'għandix fuq l-skills.
Stealth hija da. Alright.
Jekk qed ħares lejja, xorta jista' jisma', okay?
So basically, on the off chance that Erbao really fucks up, that I need him to make a roll, because he's still somewhat aware, right? In this case, what you will do is you will do an agility test, because stealth is based on agility. Erbao. It would be very easy. Dumped down a tier because you are not skilled in this, so it would be easy. Okay.
Alright.
And you have the plus that he cannot oppose his check either.
U fejna flasa agility.
Jekk tafas fuq AG titlalek.
Alright. U tiġi easy.
Easy. There you go. See.
Jesus Christ, they're taking all our success levels.
You quietly walk past. The guy is well into the conversation, and you also manage to not catch any other passerby attention or any of the other neighbors' attention. You slide past the doorway, making your way inside. As you go inside, you find yourself in the living room. There's a small table, which you can see. There's a small fire which has died down by this point. Only embers are lit, and the room seems to be well furnished enough. The table has a tablecloth, for example, which is like whoa. There's a couple of shelves with jars, some beautiful looking jars and ceramic pots as well. And you see a small wooden stairs leading upwards.
Probably
You go up towards the bedroom. in the bedroom you find a double bed, very lavish, quite a few pillows. It's the bedroom also seems to be perfumed somewhat. There's a faint smell of incense in the room, and also something beneath that makes you feel slightly at ease, easier, calms you down. Although it's not particularly strong by any means. In the room, how are you gonna search for things around here?
Nejlek il-verità, smajtom jgħidu kaxxa,
Okay.
allura probably muħammis xej, just nejt isma.
Okay. Then I think
Jistajt ħalla del-kaxxa.
probably a perception check would make
Yeah.
more sense here.
U tal-li għat relax, iżjiet u iżjiet perception check hija.
Yeah, go for it. Standard difficulty, so average. All right, pretty good. You do note a chest, unlocked because it doesn't seem to be locked. And opened. As you walk towards it, you note a couple of things. 3 things in total. You note a stacked set of clay fragments, right? Which seem to have, rather than cuneiform, Axamo cuneiform on them, seem to detail a map of some sort, okay? Probably what you're looking for. Apart from that, there are a couple of other things in the chest. A fine green sailor's hat. Looks very, very beautiful. And apart from that, a small clay tablet written in Aksamo as well.
Alright. So I
Up to
would
you
grab
what you want.
the stuff that I need.
So only the
and
map.
Yeah, and when I look at the other clay map,
The
what does it
other
read?
clay tablet.
The other clay tablet, as in Malay.
Okay, roll me a quick language of Samoa check in this case. Because that's what you're looking for.
Of Asangwa.
Samoa. The Bidwari language. There you go. It seems to be stanzas, phrases, but they don't make grammatical sense to you. As in, the sentences stop short. It feels like some kind of poetry, but you don't get the cultural connotations to it, and you can't make any reading comprehension of it. You're not sure the meaning behind it.
Okay. So I would take it, and I
You're
would
gonna
take
take
the
it
hat
as well?
Yeah, I would take the hat as well.
The
an
hat as well?
important-
Okay, I'll make a quick note.
Jom ġol basket. Ninżel isfel, naqbad il-pipe li kellu dak ix-xieħ. Immexxi ħnaqa u nagħmlu lej l-art. Jisa tabar sitt ta' kwiljatu waqat mal-art. Allura probably hemm naqa wooden floor u ħajibda naqanar.
It's gonna take a lot more than that to start a fire. You can potentially catch the curtain
Yeah, I
on
know.
fire if you wish.
Le, marrit inġalu l-daxxieħ. Jinduna, lit pejjib u ħażin
Alright. He's not an old dude, by the way. I don't know where you got that connotation.
He was envisioning the bus stop. So it's
Yeah,
past from.
who's feeling the best of it.
Nitlaqlem,
Alright, okay.
nsellimlu malajl jienu sejjer, ek, nsellimlu malajl.
You went in and out fairly quickly. By the end of it, you still have a bit of time, and you do see behind you Jalal, Erbo leaving with a small sack of clay fragments. I'm going to add them to your list. Keep in mind that this will very likely put you put you just beneath encumbered.
Problema, jien issa kan ankanti ħilliħor noriħ l-informazzjoni li sibt, għax mux ħanaqbatu inti għamal l-ewel xaħat.
Of course.
Irrit li naqbdu jienu u għen imorru ximkien u waqt li aħna u sejrin nibdew naqraw xem, għalli naraw
course.
jek.
Just keep in mind that it might affect you in combat, that's all. Now these are clay, still made of clay. So it's a map made of clay, fragmented for probably easier carrying, right? You can make sense of it later, of course. For now you put it in your bag, or you keep it in your hands. And you slide out very quickly. By the end of it, the mariner feels enriched to have an interesting conversation with a fellow Bidwari. You have done what you wanted to do, and he eventually bids you good day, and goes back inside, slides the bar back into the door, sees the pipe on the ground, goes to pick it up, picks it up, and goes back to refilling his pipe.
Jena ħreket ovvjament ħattom lura, so
Of course.
I took them back and I'll go towards where he showed me, so in parallel with Erbo.
Alright.
And then obviously we will merge at some point.
Mbagħad nitkellem jew naturalment fuq l-affarijiet li għandna bżonn.
Okay.
Imma hemmhekk kellhom nista' nispiċċa.
Okay.
Narakom jien.
Ciao ciao.
Ciao ciao, yes.
Ciao ciao.
See you.
Wait, I thought that was in game.
You never know with that man. The two of you start making your way out of the alleyway and back onto the streets of Bashar. As you do that, across the way, you see Jalal and Erbao, who is right next to you. You see the three Tagish, technically. He's still fairly well built. Three individuals in the shape of Amaran, Berlian, and Mone, making their way south towards where you assume the captain is going to be, Berlian. Amaran and Berlian, you two recognize Erbao, and he of course recognizes you back.
Abbandonarna leke.
Yes, well, you assume something happened to him. Now you see him well enough.
Għaddej ma da senjura.
Along with another trader. And he does hold out his hand. As that happens, in the meantime,
This is it, Setto Junior Part 2, let's go.
Setto Junior Part 2, guys. The cliffs of Bashar are steep and tall, and the walls do make fairly good use of it. Lev, let's set the scene for you here, right? A second ago, you just saw a rope disappear from the jail cells beneath you, and droplets of light rain from above fall downwards and vanish into the sea far, far below you. The guards call out to you once again, more urgently this time. Hey, hello. Jgħat wis viċin il-tarf. You obviously have no idea what they're saying. But they seem to be speaking with some urgency.
So I'll move to them.
Okay.
And I'll try to tell them in my language I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay. You say the words. You don't get the feeling that I have any idea what you said, but as you talk, like, Scott tamela. Xin tamela. Again, you have no idea what they're saying.
And I'll kind of try to point over I'll try to point to lejstur bażikament, tipo ġest xerjam li tidħol hemm ġew.
Inside the walls. Naħseb irrid
Yes.
nitoleb ġew. Mhux għalek qiegħed issa. Go ahead and make me some sort of either deception or something similar here. Alright? It's going to be opposed by the guards. You don't speak the language, and they don't seem to want any particular trouble. To be fair.
Issa. Deception.
No, I'm just saying, like, which role are you gonna go for here? To convince them
Okay,
that...
so I guess no, charm is bad. Entertain is bad. Jesus Christ, I'm shit at this.
You are not the party's face.
Oh my god, man.
That's actually me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Berlino.
Berlino. Man with the
Yeah, I literally have nothing better than a 14, so I'll try to charm them.
To be fair, it is going to be opposed by their intelligence, and it is going to be easy for you. Okay? So it's easy
Okay,
difficulty.
so easy, and I'll just roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that was a shit roll, Jesus Christ.
Right, impressive success b'tatijak għal sekonda.
Nope, definitely not mine.
As you try to mumble out those words, you do feel they're getting a bit more tense, right? And you get the idea that you're not getting the right mood, the right vibe across. You're not passing their vibe check. And they look at you. Hawnhekk taħt eżatt il.
Bomba.
And one of them takes a step back and points towards your axe. Tells you, and he points towards the ground. Goes, neħi il-mazza.
I
You
will
have no
put my
idea again
hands
what
up.
you say, but you
Oh,
put
no.
Yeah.
Really?
Is he pointing to the X?
he points towards
Yeah,
the axe.
I will. Yeah, I will point to the X and then point to the ground, and just try to ask, "Is this what you want?"
He
Point
nods.
to the X, point to the
Assassin,
ground.
not at all.
He nods once. Hand on his
Okay, so
club.
yeah,
But
I'll put
nothing
one of
further.
my hands up, and the other I will take the X and put it on the ground.
Okay.
Funeral. Familti.
Noħduh jew le? Ma nix nifmuħ. Safina fjen il-kittib ma jifmux jafx jifmu l-kittib. Alright. And they're basically trying to they're talking to each other. You have no idea what they're saying, but they seem to be figuring out the next step forward here. As you hear another voice coming from away. Sinjuri, x'inqalalkom? Dan miegħi. Ma jifhimx il-lingwa ma intilef, skużawni, t-tortijaj, kontet immexxi. And you turn around and obviously still having no idea what they're discussing, you see what looks like this fairly young Bidwari, from what it looks like. His skin is freshly shaven. He seems to be wearing robes on him, and he has a brass circlet around worn on his shaven head.
That's it. Okay.
And the guards look at him, look at you, and say, Għaltes kemm il-darbatlek. Ħosib. Hudu lura.
Des?
Altes, I will write it for you.
Do I get the feeling that that's his name, or I have no?
You
Just
have
a
no
random word
idea
within-
yet, but for you, for
Okay.
Ryan's sake, I've written it down for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Skużawni, tortijaj. And he motions towards you. The cam points towards the axe as well for you to pick it up, and tells you in your own language. You're from Edomu, right?
Yes, I am.
He-
Thank you. I don't know what was going on, but I think I was gonna get in trouble if it weren't for you.
Guards, you suspicious. Okay. Come. He says. You do know that he doesn't have a lot of practice with Edomu, and given any other scenario, you would have probably sniggered a little, because his grasp of the grammatical sentences is lacking. But he's proficient enough to be able to carry the meaning across.
Okay. In the meantime, I will reach out to the X and grab it and put it back.
The guards are just looking at you, and then eventually start moving in. Come, no suspicion. I explain. Yes.
I will follow him.
He starts walking back towards the front gate, and then he says, he points towards himself and says, "I, Altes."
I will go. I Lev.
Lev. Nice. You had friend.
What was that?
You had friend. Edomu.
Yes. And I will.
I saw. That's why I came to you. I recognize.
Okay. And I will ask him. Where do you know where she is?
I saw her inside. Went out of barracks.
And I will. I cannot go in. Do you know a way to get in?
Do you have money?
Just enough to get by for a few days, but I barely have enough to eat.
Okay. I think. Can you convince scribe front gate? You have business. You have documents. Why are you here?
There were a lot of people at the front gate. I don't have that much time. I need to find her as soon as possible.
Slowly. I not good.
Sorry.
At the movies.
I don't have time. I need to find her fast.
Okay.
She may be in danger.
Okay. She looked healthy. So, good. I will try to get... I make a deal with you. He says as a question.
Yes. What do you want in return?
Okay. I will help you take you to her quick and help you on the way and translate for you. Huh? There is someone I need help with to get first. Your friend
I will not.
probably is trying to go out of town. She looks capable. I'm not sure how she will manage, but there is different way out of town. Maybe you meet her by river village outside.
Do I know where the river village is?
You've met,
I-
you've
I-
gone
I-
up until
I'm
the
asking.
dock
I'm
somewhere.
asking the grand.
Okay. You're asking Altes. Yes.
No. Sorry.
You're asking
I'm
Sam or
asking
asking
the
Altes?
you. Sorry, Sam.
Okay.
Not فيات الريفر.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you have no idea because you've made it up until the dock so far. You haven't even made it to Bashar itself. So,
Okay, so I'll ask him. Where is the river?
yes, it goes north. Bashar, north Basharain, down to fishing village. I know of ways out of port. Not through main gate. We go out.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, and I'm asking Sam here, if I'm understanding this correctly, he's telling me to go north, and then find a way inside of the village from the north.
From what you gather, he wants help first. He will help he will help you get out of the town, and from
Out of
out of the town, so you circumvent the town, basically.
Hmm?
And then that way, hopefully pick up the trail beyond the walled town.
So yes, I will tell him how do I help you now,
Um,
and I will tell him time passed.
yes. I have some money. I will bribe, but not bribe, very quietly. Pretend mute for now. I will get you.
I will mime.
I should take your ex now. I will give back later. Less
I
threatening,
hand him
better.
the axe.
He takes your axe, and you make your way back towards the first gate, the gate that you approached. And you notice the difference in, although the guards seem to know this, Altes, and you do gather that he seems to be somewhat religious, of an individual. He talks to one of the guards. He slides in a couple of their strange square jade coins into one of their hands, and the guards nod, basically allowing the two of you to skip past the lines.
Jidher li ħafna flus taħ għandi idea kemm bej wieħed ieħor jiswa kemm
Not
nafaq
yet.
biex
You have
nipprevja.
no idea. It was
Okay.
2 coins,
Okay.
but you have no idea just yet.
Okay.
2 coins for you would be you would have Edomil's Bromi. 2 coins for you would not be a little. Let me double check just to gather a bit of the idea. Confirm. Yes. So 2 wouldn't be too much for you. So probably not chump change, but small change, right? Enough to feed you for a day or so. But then again, you don't know how much their coins are worth. He allows you to skip the line, and as he does, the scribe at the front of the gates stops the two of you murmurs għandi bżonn nismu x'jagħmel. Lev, xorta, għal-ktib, għal-rekords, għal-rekordi, għal-kitba, insomma. What are you? He says in Vietnamese.
And I will say, so currently my description is not Monster Hunter, it's Beast Hunter.
Yes, you are Beast Hunter. You started the first level.
Yeah,
Monster
so
Hunter is
I
your career, right, in total.
Yeah.
Ejdu li
I'll-
kaċċatur.
Beast Hunter.
Uh,
I'll say Beast Hunter.
Alright, he figures out a way to translate it from Vietnamese to Aksama and goes like, Ismu Lev. Jaħdem mal-annimali. Xiex pastur? Iva, pastur. Okay, tajib. And he puts down Lev. Pastur. Jaħdluh. And he gives you, Lev, a small clay token. The scribe gives a small clay token to you, and Daltes tells you keep that as license to go in, out of outer gate. Follow. And you
And I will ask him in Vietnamese. Can I go in and out as I please now, or is this? Sorry, can I go in out a lot?
I would not risk. Stay with me.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically, I'm trying to get across whether I can go outside and then come back in with the same token.
Probably from the same gate, yes. But
Yeah.
probably not from the northern gate.
Sure.
You go inside, past the guards, past the gate, bronze gates, and you finally enter the town of Bashar. Finally, midday, past midday at this point. You see the long road ahead, the light rain hitting the cobblestones beneath. To your right, you see a barracks, probably the same barracks from which Tas exited. And you do indeed see that Tas has caused a scene. There is a small crowd of guards right outside the barracks, getting given direction.
Okay.
Across there's a small floaty, one of the Bidwari taverns. And you see Alta start to walk towards it.
Okay, I'll follow him.
He eventually sits down. You sit down beside him and tells you, hungry?
Yes.
Right, some food. Then he signals. Oh no, he goes and gets. He goes up to the floaty bartender, tries to order something in Aksamo, and you are surrounded by chatter in languages you do not speak. Feel very out of your element, a fish out of the water. But there is a lot you can observe. Is there anything particular that you would like to do, Lev?
I will see whether I will check or perceive whether there are a lot of guards around
There seems to be heightened security.
or armed men. Sorry.
Not armed men, but guards, yes. And they're well dressed, well armed. Eventually, the guards start to disperse in groups of 3. You can assume that an Aksamam hunt is on of some nature. And their leader seems to have gone back into the barracks after some time. In the meantime, the Altes comes back with a small bowl of steaming hot soup, probably some kind of barley or oats inside it, and vegetables. Hands it to you. Tells you, I watched them for a long time. They're might not be looking for friend. Probably
Okay.
looking my friend instead.
I will ask him, where is your friend? Do you know?
She was locked in jail. Now, I don't know. I wanted to go in jail free. No window opportunity.
Who was he with when he escaped? Do you know?
She.
The friend.
My
Who
friend,
was the friend
your
with?
friend. Sorry,
Second.
my language not very good.
Your friend.
Yes,
Who was he with?
she.
Who was he with when he escaped?
She. I don't know if she escaped. Your friend escaped.
Okay, he's still in. حبيبه ġifiri għaddu ġol.
As far as you can tell. You're not sure whether
okay,
she
okay.
also escaped along with Tass or not.
Okay. Okay,
Your
gotcha,
friend
gotcha.
alone
Okay,
outside.
Sepewtni li huma. Okay.
Your friend alone outside.
Okay. First, we need to get your friend out. So,
Yes.
entrance, or hidden entrance, back entrance. Are there any?
Barracks, 3 entrances. He points to the first one, then to the second, then to the third.
So, are you pointing in the?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Tista'
pointing on
tagħmilha,
the map
please?
for you. 2,
Okay.
3.
Okay. Okay. Where is the entrance with least guards?
By Bosque. Guarded.
ġifiri
Please.
it-telet waħda.
Yes.
U aħna bħalissa marka li waħda fejedin?
Yes, you're in the floaty across
Alissa.
the road.
Okay. And
Floaty are basically
We need
taverns
to wait.
slash bazaars, FYI, just for your knowledge.
okay.
Okay.
Issa il-problema li jena bħalissa rrit insib il-tas naqa malajr.
Of course.
So ikole nistenna sa falaxija. Bħalissa ċanu bej għet jidlam jew
The sun is still up. Although it's hanging.
has it been up a lot?
No, it's been up a lot. It's starting to hand low, so you'd assume at least midday.
Okay.
It's slowly starting
do I
to
know?
set in the east. Slowly.
Okay. So I will tell him we wait night, then we go from third entrance.
Okay.
No guards or few guards.
Good. Friend, he points at you. I followed bit. Probably Pottery district. Sculptor district north. Will be hard to find right now without trouble. But she looks good. If nightfall, she might make out Moon No tonight. Again, I hope it's come across.
No tonight.
He's not by any means proficient in Adamese, but he's
Yeah.
trying.
He's trilingual.
And I will ask him, what does moon know tonight mean?
Moon? He points toward the sky.
Oh, I get the impression. Qed tipprova jgħidli li mhux ħajkun hemm qamar il-lejl. ġifieri.
You're not a stupid individual. You get the idea across.
Okay. Hija xi ħaġa regolari li ma joħroġ il-qamar fil-għaxija.
New moon happens every few
Ah,
weeks.
okay.
The moon is a cycle.
Okay. So it will be darker than usual.
Well, no moon means no moonlight. In a
Yeah.
in a world without electricity, that matters quite a bit.
Okay, I will ask him, are you familiar with the city?
I know town a bit. I'm not Bashari. I am north by Seli.
Okay. No moon, no light.
Yes.
Harder to move.
Also harder catch. Both ways.
And we need to go now. Otherwise, go in the morning. Night is not good. We cannot see anything.
We torches.
Torches will attract guards.
No, not really. Torches are common at night, although not many. But if you know what you're doing, then okay, we go now.
I'll think a little bit.
You eating your soup as you ponder.
Yeah.
And as you
It's good
ponder,
soup.
it's good soup. It's hearty soup. It's filling more than anything
Yeah.
else. And considering you've been eating fish and biscuits for the past few months and weeks, it's a welcome reprieve. As you think, as you formulate a thought. In the meantime, Cancun, you have settled along with Yasse and Ilkumb in a small hideout within the bosque of Bashar, the main bosque of Bashar. You're basically waiting things to calm down for nightfall, from what was the plan originally. Is there anything in particular you would like to do as you while away the time, as you wait? Is Cancun here, first of all? Floyd? Ah, okay. Hello.
Bdejt nara xiex ma bidix jan mute jamma. Anyway. You clicks of a button alright. Yay. Sorry.
So hit smite li xatlek, Floyd.
Erġa kellimni erġa please.
Ma le. So basically, Cancun, you, Yasse, and Ilkumb have resorted to last session to basically wait out the night, wait out the day, and make your move at night in this small bosque of Bashar. You're settling in one of the bigger trees under cover from the sunlight and the pitter patter of the rain that has started to fall. However, is there anything you would like to do while you wait?
Actually, Yasse was the one who was actually speaking my language, right?
Correct. She speaks Baktagan.
So, she?
She. Yasse is a she.
Ah.
Short, dark-haired, very bright green eyes. Looks old by Bidwari standards.
So at that point, I'll say, forgive me for my earlier suspicions, but the treatment that I have received so far is very coarse. I did not expect this kind of treatment. At least not without speaking or asking or whatever. I paid good money to come here.
You most probably did not pay to the right people then. You came into the town illegally, no? You smuggled your way in.
I paid. Well, that's the point.
Well,
It's legal, but no papers. I mean, I lost all my papers.
legality
back
aside, you simply did not pay the right money to the right people. I will, we make it out of here. I'll give you some pointers. Might even need your help beyond. Here. I assure you, Bidwari are most welcoming. When it comes to, at the very least, making business. As soon as you have something to offer, they will be nice to you. And you might be to them.
Well, that's what I came here for, actually. Back home, not many opportunities came up for me, so thought a change of scenery would do me well. Apart from that, what's the plan here? So you know where we need to go, right? Well, to the fisherman friend.
Yes, there is a small cove outside by the cliffs beyond the docks. We approach. There's a well by the western wall that leads to it. It will be a bit of a rough climb, but we can make it. The bailiff and I had once caught the smuggler who might be there tonight. Given that his family is being held hostage, we have reason to assume he might be there tonight. We will catch him again in the act, ask for his help to smuggle us out if the chains are still raised. You will not make it out of the front gate.
Okay, so I will help you. I've had my fair share of sneaking around when I was a kid because...
Of course, you've simply lost your papers now. You're legal. She says with a smile.
I did lose my papers.
Your tablets, yes. Of course.
Yes.
Good.
Lots of fire back there. Back home. Lots of lava. Lots of eruptions.
I have been to your country. A most hostile place. I did not enjoy it. I am like a bit of leisure, not having to worry about nature constantly trying to kill me. Whether it is the forest or your fire mountains.
Yes, quite hostile. Even to papers. Even to clay.
Yes.
But,
you can start by helping me now, actually. The guards will not be looking for you, they will be looking for me. And for the bailiff. You should be able to pass around town effectively. There is someone, my assistant, apprentice, who will be able to aid us. He looks like a priest, almost. Young, like most Bidwari. He has a Unlike most Mildwari here, he has a brass circlet around his head most of the time. He is religious like that. Try to find him around the city. His name is Altes. Bring them to me.
Well-
You can come after nightfall if you wish.
Right. Just in case, though, I may need to ask locals. Does his name... will his name bring unwanted attention?
To you? No. He has the misguided notion of trying to convert the individuals, the Bashari, to his cult. So his name is well known. He has not been received well, with that said.
At that point, Cancun will sort of grimace a bit, sort of an cultist.
He
Never,
is
my friend.
naive, but smart.
Unfortunately.
Don't take it to heart.
Where does he normally stay?
Very likely he will be close to the barracks. If I know him well, he might be trying to find a way in.
Okay.
Barracks, just in case. It's right here. You are somewhere here.
Barracks here, right where I'm
Yep.
pointing now. Sorry, because I
That's
was
the yard
on
and-
another.
That's the yard, and this is the actual building itself.
Okay. Well, okay. From what you're telling me, he's very visible. So hopefully it won't be too much trouble. Not too much trouble. No. You want me to bring him here?
Yes, bring him to me by nightfall.
By nightfall. Shouldn't be a problem. Although, I'm just hoping I haven't noted me too much.
You're simply
Speaking
a-
of, does being in jail here make me wanted in a way?
They will very likely have your records, Bashari-wise. But law is a matter of province. Being wanted here does not necessarily mean you're wanted in other towns. Although bounties, if so inclined, range across the country. If the bailiff puts out a bounty on you, alive or maybe dead, it's applicable anywhere in the country. As far as I know, the Ilkum shakes his head. The bailiff has not put a bounty on you. In fact, your trial is still being processed. You're serving your sentence partially, still innocent.
Right. So, okay, I'm just, I don't like a lot of attention. I don't like...
Fortunately for you, you were incarcerated during a coup. I am sure you are at the bottom of their list of matters to attend to.
Good. Right. So, something else I don't like is wasting time. So, I'll just be on my way. I'll see you later.
How are you going to approach this, Cancun?
So,
I have no clue about this town.
No, it's your
I'll
first
just,
time.
but I know where the barracks is though. So, and she said that he's going to be around the barracks. So, I think the first thing I will do, I'll just observe the towns. I'll
For what?
just, lay about. Like for example, if I'm, if I see, for example, entrances or that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not going to stay around the entrance we just came out from. Definitely. And I still won't be staying in the streets per se. I would find alleyways to sort of stay in, so that just in case the guards get a
would be mighty
description of
unfortunate,
myself.
but yes. Okay. Go ahead and make. Go. Tell me.
No, I just want. I still want to be. While I get that I won't be wanted and looked for with most importance, I don't want to chance because I may be actually blamed for hitting the prison, the jailer. So I'll still be staying to the sides, keeping to the shadows. Find alleyways where I can have a sight line on the entrances or the busiest parts where people are passing by. The barracks, main roads mainly. So yeah.
Okay. Which roll are you gonna make?
Depends, cause I just don't want to. How can you say? Don't want to stick out a lot. I know my physique will stick out in it anyway, but I'll try my best. So I'm not sure if stealth would make sense here, or would it be outdoor survival?
Both can work. Stealth might probably work better for you. You do have. It is a step easier for you because it's raining.
All right. So let's go. So it will be easy.
Step easier. So from average to easy, correct?
From easy to easy. So let's go.
There we go. So you are Liquid Shadow. You make your way through the alleyways, keeping to the darkness. Despite your almost predatory-like gait and long, slender man-like hands and feet, arms and legs, you are quite adept at staying out of line of sight, keeping an eye out across across town. Eventually, quite early on actually, as you are keeping an eye out on the various entrances, you do spot someone who matches the description of Altes, simply by the brass circlet around his head. You have not attracted any attention yet. You are pretty sure nobody has seen you as of yet, and even when you put yourself slightly out of in the open, nobody made particular note of you. Baktagals are close allies of Bidwar, so they are by no means alien or strangers. As you do note the figure of Altes, you do note him in the company of another individual, a very strange looking individual with a very tall neck. with copper bracelets around. As you
Which
note,
match the ones. Which match the ones that I saw.
which match a similar physiology as the person who technically broke you out of your cell.
Okay.
Yes, although not the same hair, different hair. And as you note those down, Lev, you have been pondering. You finished your soup. What would you like to do?
I will say, you are right. It's best if we go at night. We can use torches to distract the guards if the guards if needed. I will tell him let's lay low for now, and then we go once the sun sets.
Very well. We can watch from here. They will not trouble us, I am sure. And you wait it out.
Have saqsini x'jagħmlu jew just intqajt ma' xi ħadd random u li jaffeda.
Pretty much, yes. Considering everything, you are putting a lot of trust into this individual. Then again, he does speak
Okay.
Adamese, which is very unusual. He has not told you what he does. No.
Okay, so I will ask him who are you? What's your name? I mean, no, sorry, not what's your name. He already gave me the name, but what do you do? Who are you?
Scribe. I write for the House of Law.
Okay.
I also
And do you know a lot of languages?
Aksawa, yes. Baktagan, yes. A bit of Edo Miz. My boss teaching me.
Your boss know more languages than you do?
Yes, she has traveled much. She knows Edomis well.
And what is your friend in trouble for?
I don't know. I think there is a change happening in town. Big change. I have not been allowed in House of Law for the past week.
What do you think the change is?
Town, council, government, probably related to bigger troubles in Bidwar at the moment. Many do not appreciate what the king has done for them, and there are talks of rebellion. A town along the way was already burned as I made my way from north to here. Not good time to visit Bidwar.
Does your boss know the king?
Personally, the king has.
Yes.
The king does not. They do not show their face anymore. They simply rule. The mighty fine individual like themselves are way too busy. But she has been to capital, as I have. I am from Sel, capital, Bidwar.
I will ask him the last question. Do you want to do something about the situation in Bidwar? Do you want to change something? Do you have any ulterior motives, basically?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to roll for something, I guess.
Yeah, sure, go for it. What did you what are you trying to roll for here? What are you trying to achieve?
Yeah, I'm trying to see whether he has any it's kind of an insight
he's
check
lying.
in the end.
Right.
Yeah, not necessarily if he's lying. It's if I can feel like he has ulterior motives as well as lying.
Okay. Probably
So I don't know what
intuition is
would.
what you want to go for here.
Do I have intuition? I haven't seen it. Yet.
It's a basic skill. Everybody has intuition. It's under intimidate.
Oh, okay. It's the skill, not the. Okay, sure.
If you're trying to get him on his good side, it would be charm. So either charm or intuition would be your best bets here.
I don't know intuition. Seconda. Intuition is 27. Intuition INTO.
Intuition, like the INT. Intuition. It's part of the skills, not an attribute. FYI.
لا shit m'għandix ta' skills. Intuition.
Of course you do, man. It's right under intimidate.
Oh shit, I do. My god, Jesus Christ, okay. وهل اللابتوب ما استيقظ scroll. I'll try intuition either way.
Go for it.
I have a better chance of
there's a
getting
language barrier, so I would say it's a challenging roll, but go for it.
Okay. So challenging roll. Please roll good.
Very nice. You roll good.
Okay.
He's very young, like you. No, much younger than you. You would surmise, actually. He seems a bit naive. He seems to be firmly on, like the way he speaks about the king. Seems to be firmly positive. You get the feeling there's maybe a bigger reason why he wants his friend out of the jail. Like there's definitely a lot of, it's very emotionally charged, but you're not entirely sure what. He does appear to be genuine in his wanting to help you and wanting you to help him in turn.
Okay. I guess he hasn't really. What he told me is that it's his friend. He didn't really tell me the relationship between him and the friend.
True.
I don't think.
True.
So I will ask him. I'll ask him. What is your relationship with the friend?
I work for her.
So is she the boss you were talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
With that intuition check,
Change.
you feel like there's more underneath that answer, though.
You feel like so? Really, it's my boss. Okay, so he kind of. Do I get the impression that he loves her or something like that?
You don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I guess those are all the questions I want to ask for now. So we'll just lay low from now on, and wait for sunset. I guess.
As you lay low.
Actually, do we have torches, or should we go find torches?
They're usually at the floaty. There's untreated torches for people to grab. It's even in Edomu, it's generally considered not illegal, but a bit of a faux pas to travel at night without a lit torch in the village or in the town, because that means you're up to no good, generally speaking, you know.
Okay.
So there are often.
So it will be easy to get torches.
So it will be easy to get the torches that you need. With that said, as you're basically interrogating him, he stays here listening and answering back as best he can. Hankun, you observe the two talking. Is there any way you'd like to approach this, or anything you would like to do?
There are guards around them?
The guards have dispersed at this point, so not on them, no. You do see, it's a floaty, it's a tavern, so you do see guards occasionally walking inside getting something to eat or drink, but more on their break rather than on their job.
The moment that I see more guards, you know, like walking out, I'll peek in and I'll try to catch Altair's attention.
How?
So, I either
He's gonna cast a spell on him.
speak to him. No. I'll speak to him. If he's not looking my way.
Okay. So you enter the floaty.
Mhm.
Stealthy enough. What are you going to say?
So,
sit
but
by
is
one
he
of the-
looking my way?
You sit at the table next to these two individuals as they are talking, and they seem to be talking in a language that is not Aksawa, but definitely
Okay.
not a language you speak either.
So, I'll I'll go nearby, and first I'll go near their table,
Okay.
and I'll sort of stand there slightly awkwardly, and say and just hail towards Lev,
Okay.
and I'll look at the other person and I'll say, Altis.
He immediately, yes? And as he takes you in, takes a look at you, he kind of slightly confused. He does seem to be speaking your language, though. Perhaps a bit more
he said-
fluently. Perhaps a bit more fluently, but then he was speaking in Adomese, and he says, a Baktagan here.
Yes. And
How may I
I'll
help
say-
you? You know my name.
Actually, I'll help you. Need to speak to you outside, privately. Very quickly.
Sure.
Mean no harm.
Right. That's what usually people say before they stab you.
It is also what they say when they don't stab you. But
In Scotland,
let's
people just
say,
say, I'm gonna stab you.
Very straightforward people, those.
We're very straightforward people.
He says to you, Lev, as
I'll
you
say,
um,
oh,
keep an eye on me, please.
Okay, I will put my hand on the X that I have in my pocket, and I will keep an eye on them. I will not let them go too far.
Okay.
I'll kind of stay in. If they go far, I will always make sure I'm within dashing distance from them, basically.
Okay.
I'll when I see him place a hand on his ex, I'll be like,
no worries. We'll stay inside.
You have no
But
idea
in
what
the
he said.
corner.
Not low.
I do.
The man looks
Yeah.
the man looks slightly emancipated. He does not look like he could pose a threat. Then again, what worries you is
Emancipated?
yes, he is very thin. He is very thin.
He's free from restraint. Emaciated is what you're looking
Emaciated.
for.
There we go. Thank you, sir. My bad.
Constipated.
He's free from slavery. Yes,
Listen,
correct.
man, I'm dislocated. I'm sorry. It's my condition.
Yeah. Billi għandek li ġemma 5 intox taqbad miegħu.
Yes, he's thin. Then again, what worries you slightly is the fact that you didn't notice him coming up. He seems to be a very quiet individual.
Let's go to a quiet corner. You can stay within sight of your friend. No problem. I
Right.
just want to tell you something, but I can assure you, you will want to hear it.
Okay.
I will in Edomise tell our new friend here. I will tell him, if you want me to intervene, say bananas in Edomise.
To Walter, you mean?
or say I'm hungry. Say I'm hungry. The word I'm hungry in Edomise.
Right.
And I will rush over.
Okay. Sure. Lead the way.
Yes, 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 yes. Quickly. Little time.
He follows. He follows you.
At that point, I'll lead him to the a really quiet corner, and I'll lean on the wall, though, casual like,
Okay.
and
Always within sight of what you assume to be his bodyguard at this point.
yes,
Who is
yes,
in,
yes, yes,
both
no
of you.
problem. I will shift my head away from most people,
Okay.
and from I'll try to shift my head away so that no one can see my lips moving, or can try or attempt to read my lips, and say,
Yes, isn't me. She is safe. Managed to get her out.
Ah,
And,
really? How?
Don't look too excited. Please. Stop.
That's good news.
Normal. Casual.
Right.
Like
Okay.
talking friends. And, even her boss, the bailiff. He's okay. I can take you to them. But who is your, friend? Can you trust him?
Yes, we have made a deal. He's helping me now. We were going to go do free. Yes, and the bailiff. I guess that is done. If I can get them out,
Yes.
he is trying to find his friend also from his country.
Friend, yes. Well, I never saw his kind. But I think one who looked like him or dressed like him actually freed me first and then just went away. But we discuss that later. Not important.
It is important for him, but yes, I saw her come out of the barracks. She fled northward.
Ah, yes. Fled northward after she assaulted the jailer.
Ah,
I am not sure if that it will be okay to have your friend around. I'm pretty sure that I'm not sure if the jailer saw her, but if he did, her description, especially the stuff around her neck, it matches a lot with his stuff around his neck.
right. We were planning to wait until nightfall, anyways.
Maybe you may not want to wait that long, you personally. For him to come, nightfall would be best. Not sure. Probably we will wait till nightfall to go someplace safe.
Right.
But best to take you to Yassay first, and we plan from there.
Right. Very well. You will wait here, and you will take us. I will explain to him.
Yes, to be quick.
Okay. And he
Please.
nods, and he... my thanks. And he moves towards the Edomies, towards Lev, goes back to their table. And you do notice that Alsace is a bit more excited, a bit more anxious as well. Lev, as he goes, good news. The The person we just met has freed them along with himself and my friend and another. He will take us to them. He also said that your friend freed him before assaulting the jailer and getting out of the barracks.
Does sound like her.
Right. Well, it's fortuitous. It's lucky for us, so I'm not going to complain. But we should go.
Did he tell you what his name is? The guy you just talked to.
No, I did not ask. Maybe we should.
Okay, maybe we should ask him.
Right.
But anyway, I'll follow him and make our way back to
As
person unknown.
person unknown. As you make your way towards the Bactagan, Al tells you, Cancun, my friend asks a good question actually. What's your name?
Cancun. Pleased to meet you.
Cancun. Tells you name, Cancun. Tells you.
I will look at him, I will say Lev.
He
And I
said-
will say friend in Adomis, even though I know he doesn't understand.
Right. He's his name is Lev.
Hello, Lev. Should we, get going?
Yes.
Try to, stay off the main road. Bactagan, Edomies, and, Aksamwa. All together as a weird sight, I think. Not very common.
No. I can separate from the two of you. Maybe follow you from far.
Really, I'd rather you follow me closely, and then he lags a bit behind.
Very well. And you don't really have the encumbrance of a short time, so you take your time making your way around, taking the long way around, trying to avoid the guards. Go ahead and make me either a stealth check or maybe an outdoor survival here might make sense. Lev and Cancun, please. It's a step easier, so it's easy difficulty.
فكرنا واحدة شنو ما choices outdoor survival
Or stealth would make more sense here.
or stealth. I think I'm good at stealth. Yes.
Oh
I'll do
no.
stealth.
I need to make one for the guards as well, to be fair, so it's contested. And it's together. Okay, plus one.
Oh no. Oh no, it succeeds. Nice.
For you, succeeds, yes.
Just barely.
For the Bashari guards.
Oh no.
Fiona.
So the guy who snuck up on us at a bar cannot hide.
Well, he's had a bad morning.
Yeah, clearly because of you. I mean, when I
Yes.
was alone, I was stealthing quite well, but you know,
As
you
you're
have
making your way,
baggage with you, and that's it.
you managed to keep a long distance away, keeping an eye on the two, on the Bactagan and the Bidwari Lev. Along the way, Cancun, you and Daltes are approached by some of the guards, who start speaking to Altes in particular, and obviously a language you cannot speak as they go. What are you doing? شنو تعمل هونك؟ Altes. شنو تعمل ماذا؟ Dan كانت اتياني and the guard looks at you and seems to be recognizing you somewhat, Cancun, and it asks you Shismak, and Altes tells you he's asking you what's your name.
Irko.
Okay, he repeats the name to him, and in the meantime, do feel free to interrupt me at any point, Lev. وش تعمل؟ And again, Altes translates for you. He's asking what you do. Try to come up with something sensible.
Assistant. Very tall. Very useful. Libraries. Books. Pick up books. Very useful. To have around.
He was, and you hear him, كانت يعيني ماشي شي شهد من الفخار من الكتبات اللي عنا من بوصة ليهور الأسوس ورا البتاع الشغل اللي باش نمشي جعفريت من الدار اللي يجي كان سير Do you have charm? Cancun.
What do you mean I have charm?
Do you have any points in
I mean,
charm?
I have it, but it's in 25. No advances.
No advance. Alright.
Have I been noticed yet? by the way?
No, you're in the shadows, you're shadowing. Altes is going to attempt to charm. Altes is going to attempt to charm the guard. If you can think of any way to help, feel free. Before I make the roll.
I do have I do have entertain.
Okay.
Sure.
Can you tell me how you're gonna make that work?
No, I mean, at that point, I'm just going to, I'm just going to wait for this to play out.
Okay.
Not sure what's going on or what's being asked.
Lev, they do like suspicious of you. FYI, I think that's fairly easy to understand. Lev, is there anything you would like to do?
Is there an assist system in this game like there is in D&D? Can I help?
You can attempt to help. Usually, this means that you need to at least have a point in the check and you in the skill related.
Oh, okay.
And you obviously need to help physically. Right now, you haven't been noticed, which is to your advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's anything you want to do to help, feel free.
I don't think there's much I can do without. No. I'll just shadow for now.
Okay. So he's going to attempt to charm.
Oh no.
Contested.
Oh no.
It is contested. Versus intuition.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, rolling too low. The guards look disappointed. The three of them. They do not look like they have bought whatever you're trying to sell here. Ja, u dan wieħed minn dak il-baktagan li prova jaħrab, ux? He says to Altes, who is looking more and more anxious at this point and starts to stutter.
These are guards?
These are guards, yes.
Okay, now that I see that tensions are rising a bit, I will go a little bit away.
The two behind them pull out their clubs, Cancun, you notice. And the main one pulls out a set of manacles. Is there anything either you, Lev, or you, Cancun, that you would like to do?
Yes, so I know that they're looking for prisoners, right? That had escaped.
Yes.
Okay. I will. Okay, sure. Fuck it. I will try to steal something from a stand nearby.
Okay.
I'm not. I'll hide my face first. If I didn't have a hood on, I'll put on a
You'll
hood.
pull on the hood. Okay.
Yes. And I go to a stand, and I won't even try to hide that I'm trying to steal something. I'm
So you're
just
attempting
gonna
to
try.
cause a distraction here. Okay. What are you gonna go for in terms of roll?
What are the stands around?
You are close to the merchant stand, so you do see a variety of goods from pottery to foodstuffs mainly. So you can steal a few apples if you like. Or maybe
Okay,
a
so
vial
I'll.
of a small jar of olive oil, for example. You can then sell it
And
to
how
just
many other guards do I see? Do I only
only
see these
three,
guards that
only
are
three
talking? Or...
questioning Cancun and Altes at the moment.
Okay. And are there any alleyways around?
Yes, you can get
I
lost
can try.
because you're basically over here, right? So you can get lost upwards.
Sorry, I'm not looking at the.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
looking at the screen. Can you point
you
again?
can get lost up here,
Okay.
upwards.
So what I'll do is I go to the apple stand. Actually, is there something a little bit more valuable than apples?
Yes, you can get a jar of olive oil. That's very expensive.
Oh shit! It
Always.
begins.
Always
This
expensive.
is how we
There's the
start.
meme. There's the meme. Let's go, baby. I'll go to the jar where the olive oil is, and I won't even try to hide that I'm trying to steal it. I'll just grab an olive oil, bump into a few persons, quite quite
Cause a
evident
commotion
bumping
and
into
run,
them.
basically, and get lost, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And I'll just grab the olive oil and just
Run.
run
Okay.
while making sure my face is hidden.
Okay. Which role are you gonna go for here? It's not stealth.
So I guess
It's not
I
stealth or
will
sleight
not
of
stealth.
hand.
Exactly, I will not stealth. I will. Is there persuasion or persuasion? Intimidation? What?
Intimidation
Entertainment.
Entertainment
Entertainment
might
sounds
not
like
be what you're looking for here. Probably a simple run here, as either an athletics might make sense.
Would intimidate make sense?
Intimidate? Not in this
Yeah.
case, I don't think so. Because that would mean you're trying to intimidate the guards and not following you, which would have the opposite effect.
Okay, so yeah. So what I'll try to do is maybe I can roll an athletics check just to see how fast, how easy I can.
That works.
Get
That
away.
works. Go for it.
Yeah. Average.
Yes, it's average.
Please, baby, please.
All right. It's doable. It's doable. You
Okay.
swipe a jar, crash into a couple of individuals, and take straight off into the heart of the sailors district here. As you do, the trader who you took the olive oil from goes, "Oh, Ed, ayot! What? Ayot!" And you do see the guards' attention momentarily focus on them. I will do a quick cool check here. Challenging to see how many of them go. Okay. The guard questioning you, Altes and Cancun, stays, but the other two decide to run after Lev, taking off into the alleyways behind. I will also roll an athletics for these two. Standard difficulty. Okay. Alright. And they are quickly gaining on you despite their added gear. Lev. The other one, kind of slightly distracted here. Is there anything you would like to do, Cancun, to seize the small window of opportunity?
I will turn to Altes and tell him, are we good? Can we go? No?
me run?
of something.
You can run if you want.
Tell him something. I need to take you with me.
Uh,
And I'll
seems to be
start
at a loss.
motioning. I start sort of motioning towards him, like to pay me sort of, and that I'm getting frustrated that I sort of where's the money? Where's the money? I put I'm sort of gesturing and telling him like all day been putting these fucking pots on the fucking shelves.
Go ahead and either make me a
Where's the
charm or
money?
intimidation here.
No, but I'm trying to, how can you say, convince the remaining guards that he has the wrong looks. Well, the wrong perspective about this,
Convince him he's in a dream.
and that I'm that I'm basically getting frustrated with all this shit.
Okay.
Like,
Which roll would you like to make for this?
so I will try. Well, shit. I'm not sure which one would fit.
Either entertain,
No.
if you have.
Entertain, maybe?
In
Yeah,
this
I
case,
do have.
entertain might work. Or intimidate or charm. Probably would make more sense.
No, intimidate له.
Okay.
ما فهمني charm. نحسب إزيت. I guess it's an entertain, I'm not sure, but yeah. Yeah, alright, I'll go for entertain.
Go for it. And he's going to roll intuition in this case. He does. It is going to be easier for him this time around because he has already seen through part of the ruse.
And
With that
what,
said, he just
what average?
average for you. Yes. All right. As given by both the distraction that Lev has just caused and you mounting a hissy fit, pretty much.
Yes.
The guard decides. All right. Powwow. And he takes off after Lev as well, putting away the manacles and running straight after Lev. Lev, as you're ducking behind around alleyways, go ahead and make me another athletics in this case, unless you want to try something else.
Can I
They
do
are gaining
climb
on
and
you.
try to climb on a balcony?
Yes, you can go for a climb, and you can climb up onto the rooftops.
Zachariah, 21 commander damage.
How hard would that be?
It's raining, so the brick walls and mud walls are slick, so it's definitely going to be hard.
Climbing is one of the best stats I have. I don't know. I still haven't figured out how good it is though.
Ah well.
Let's fucking gamba. Challenging.
It will be a tier harder from average to challenging in this case. They are just going to go for. If you're going to try and climb, they're going to try and climb after you as well. These two.
Yes.
Also challenging for them.
Okay, let's go.
Ooh. Okay. So, as
what did I roll? Oh fuck.
as the two of you, Altes and Kankon, you slink away into making good use of the distraction that Lev has caused you. You see that Lev is actually going to start getting into trouble. As Lev, you start running through the alleyways of the sailors district, past busy bidwari, past market stalls, ducking behind market stalls, and past a group of 4 people, as Amaran, Berlian, Erbao, and Jalal. As the 4 of you are meeting up, you see this tall, long-necked individual trying to give a couple of guards the run.
I'm hiding my face.
while the hood is pulled up. And the fugitive attempts to climb up one of the walls, slip horrendously, and as he's falling, is slammed onto the wall by two of the guards, shield first. And as Left's face meets mud wall, as if all of you see
This
this,
is it. We're gonna be arrested with him, aren't we?
we'll go ahead and stop the session.
Why would we be? We've done nothing wrong, genuinely.
Well,
You look like criminals in your filthy fur.
This may be the first time we haven't done anything wrong.
Listen, Eric. I know you. Naf li ma tantx taqra bejn l-linji, but clearly Bidwar is an allegory for Trump in America, all right? And we are foreigners.
Anyways, we'll go ahead and stop the session here today because we've already did quite a lot. I have quick summary just in case. Did any of you achieve your short-term goals?
Not yet. I need to find someone to translate this clay template first before I begin.
No.
I forgot whether I had find out more about my friend or.
Mela, let me take a quick look. 1 second.
Unless you consider increasing Karam's wife's likelihood of a heart attack as hurting someone. I don't
But
think
that wasn't really you though. I feel like Karam beat you to that one.
I almost tripped it though, you know, I almost.
How do you think that conversation went? Like, meta qal li ħal flus met il-kaptan, that awkward conversation went.
So, Lev, you did technically achieve your short-term goal. Get more information on what happened to Tas. I will consider it more than well done. You will gain 50 XP from that one.
Nice.
I will explain to you later how, but you can take a look through the to how to gain XP in how to spend XP in the rules section of the Google Sheets. So take a look through that, see if you have any questions, and I'll more than help you on it. You also need to tell me, give me a new short-term ambition, something specific, something you can very likely achieve within 2 or 3
from the
sessions,
guards.
okay? Escape from the guards is something a bit broader, perhaps. A bit slightly less
Or
specific.
In hindsight,
learn
should
how to
change
use
my
fortune point because I completely forgot about that.
Correct. I'll
As
tell
I'm
you what.
thinking
I'll
about-
tell you what. Since it's recent, it's the last thing. Do you want to use a fortune roll for this?
I will. Yes, I
Go
will.
for it. I'm gonna pull one down for you.
Uh,
Go ahead and reroll.
How do I mark one?
You basically left click it. I left clicked it for you. And I'm
I
gonna
need
mark
to
it.
find the fortune point. I will.
It's right beneath the skills list. In the main.
Okay.
Alright,
On the two is so.
I made it for you. Okay?
Okay, so skills. I will try to climb again.
Go for it.
Yeah, bro.
Astounding.
You can only reroll
one
once,
bit.
so this is it for you.
Yeah, I will
Alright.
reroll another time.
Perfect.
He's-
Alright.
So
Hey, I'm gonna.
So you've slight rewind
Hey,
of events. You saw, you thought
Sorry about that, by the way.
you were Amaran and Berlian. You have been spoiled of a good fight, and you were honestly getting ready to see this strange-looking fugitive with a jar of oil in his hand slip and fall on his face along the climb. You were again disappointed when he, at the last second, managed to climb atop the hut and jump across, giving the Bashar the slip for the time being, as one of them attempts to climb and chase him. And as that happens, gentlemen,
This is a strange place.
you
strange country.
you made it. You did this. And as that happens, we'll conclude here.
I was looking forward to beating this guy up alongside the guards. Right?
It is what it is.
Well done.
Not today.
So I'm gonna put this here. Take a look through the XP.
In hindsight, I'm realizing I should change my order of short-term goals. My first short-term goal should be getting this fucking thing translated because no one speaks Kafirtan. So
yeah, there's potential. There's potential. Like I'm not playing against you. I'm playing with you. So.
oh yeah, far from it.
Okay, guys. You have
Hell yeah.
all met each other at this point. Now, what will happen
Well,
next?
met is a strong word.
Oh,
Some guy ran past me with olive oil. I'm not sure I met that man.
Yeah, but your long-term goal is Merchant Empire, olive oil.
It's true. It is true.
This is how we got into the olive oil business. This is how we
What do
realized
you
how
mean, Eric?
lucrative it
We're
is.
basically best friends now.
Pretty much. I will see you guys in 2 weeks' time.
yeah, brother.
If everything goes well. Tom, thank you all for coming.
ħadkom l-aħħar waħda sem? Tas-sena
I guess so.
Jien kif
I
nifsu
didn't have
Deċembru,
that
ovvjament,
on
ma tantx inkun nista, eżatt.
So yeah, pretty much probably this will be the last one for the year, unless I cook something up for us to have an IRL session.
Oh, yeah.
But if not, there's a bold man there who's cooking up an IRL station.
Jaf
I'm
actually ma
leaving.
nkunx
So there.
ma nafx nistax
What it-
jiena dik
next session?
il-problema. Ija,
23rd.
ija.
Okay, we'll figure it out as we go.
Forse nirranġaw xaġa bil-blades, sem, għax
We'll figure
tertiet
it
ma
out.
nafx x'ħanamel fil-kas.
Jek tkunu tistaw napprezza din għax ma ħankun imsifer.
No worries.
Bigger ħaġa.
We'll figure it out later.
Xi ħaġa nirranġaw.
Xi ħaġa nirranġaw ba.
Thank you.
Okay. I
Thank
need
you.